Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Dice Code for episode 69 of On the Back of God. Get it out of your systems now. It's a normal episode. Get it together.
Nice.
We're all adults here. Say your nices. Do your finger guns. Then we got things to do. Thank you. Mac's like, I got finger guns and nices to get out of the way.
I got finger guns for days.
Listen, I appreciate you understanding yourself and needing to deal with it. Thank you all for being here. I am your DM, Jillian. Today we have our players. Same as always, we have Kyle, Mac, Josh, Abby, and Christo. Frank won't be here with us today, but we are sending love and energy his way. If you'd like to do so in the chat or wherever you are, we really appreciate it. I think I will give us a quick recap, and then we can just jump back into things. Last time, for the past 2 sessions, the party had been in combat in the middle of the night. The first kind of section of the combat going by pretty smoothly. I think Gorbjorn eviscerating anything that happened to be within 10 feet of camp, just bludgeoning it to death. Saga ended up cutting through the creatures with a huge ice wall. And after these things were destroyed, there were no casualties. You saved Thick Biscuit. The 2 people who had started out taking watch, now very tired, cut their watch short, and Saga and Gorbjorn took over. Feeling invigorated, they both were excited to do watch. Saga started making little ice light shows on the wall, making these beautiful, like an aurora borealis on the ground, but a beautiful beacon in the night, which may or may not have been the thing that caught the attention of something quite large and composed of many pieces, vaguely humanoid, stitched together with human pieces and animal pieces. Saga says hello in every language she knows, and Gorbjorn walks away to go get Thick Biscuit as far away as possible. And with a nat 1 on Saga's roll, this thing bulldozes towards her. The party is then thrown into combat with this huge monstrosity, which ends up creating smaller little monstrosities from its body. Being an incredibly taxing fight. Multiple party members were dropped. Both of those party members rolled nat 20s immediately and got back up. But eventually it became a bit of a struggle near the end. The smaller creatures defeated. The larger monster, being so incredibly injured, vomits onto the ground a writhing pile of worms. Gorbjorn is fell, pulled into the creature's body. Roshan tells the creature to flee, taking Gorbjorn with him. Tordrek, being the cleric, follows in pursuit, leaving Nana alone to feel a strange pain on her ankle from the vomit pile. But everyone is eventually saved. All creatures and vomit are eventually felled, and the night is silent. The only sounds being the wind, the creak of the branches in the trees, and the sound of these bodies on a pyre, as each one needs to be dealt with before corrupting further. You all end up getting a full night's rest and wake up the next morning feeling, kind of depends on your mood really, but Nana wakes up with a bit of a cold, a bit of a cough. She is offered some medicine by Ptolemaeus, who has been traveling with them, kind of numbs the throat a bit. And Nana, honestly, after taking this and eating some food and waking up, you don't feel 100%, but you feel okay. It's just it was a shitty night. But
it was.
Yeah, it took your body a minute to just get going, and you think it only will get better throughout the day because it took about an hour for it to get better. Currently, you all are awake and still at your campsite. You are currently packing up your things to continue forward. Is there anything you'd like to do before heading out? You do not have to. I'm just seeing if there's anything before I just was like, and then you're on the road. So that's where we're gonna start, is with everybody awake and prepping to leave.
I think Roshan would like to check in with Ptolemaeus.
Roll insight for me.
Yeah. 17.
So, and you can assume that a person who has never seen anything like this before, this is his first encounter with it. Like, he saw a chicken that you guys exploded once. This is the next step he's seen in corrupted beings. You see that he's put Hercules, the capybara, onto the cart. Bit of a faraway look in the eyes, like he's kind of running on autopilot at the moment. But you see like he pets Hercules and kind of, it looks like he's trying to refocus himself. And you watch as he walks over to one of the pyres, which is now just ash.
Roshan will approach him and lay a hand on his back and say, Are you okay? Last night was a lot.
You go over and place a hand on his back. He makes a slightly startled sound, and he turns slightly so that like your hand is, if you don't pull your hand away, is pulled more to like his shoulder.
Yeah.
I'd like you to roll perception.
16.
You could feel something on his back through his thin clothing. Like his back is not smooth. But he kind of quickly sort of turned to the side to make your hand no longer touching his back. It was, I'm okay. You can see he has like little glass vials in his hands. I was just going to take some.
I understand. Don't burn yourself. And if there's anything you want to talk about, ask questions about, that's not our first time encountering such beings, though. The ones from last night were unique to what we've seen before, as they usually all are.
He nods. If it was your first encounter, it would be impressive. You see, kind of like sucks at his lip a bit and like looks off. I'm going to end up dying here, aren't I?
No. You're here with us. We can protect you.
And when I leave, they did not know they could fly.
Well, if you leave, just be sure to, you know what? I don't have great comfort to offer you about it, but I believe they're close to us because we're close to an old enemy, a man named Bosch, who was kind of a scion for these things. I honestly feel like he thinks we're getting close and sent those things to us.
Then he must be afraid of you. He crouches down and he has like a little, it looks like just like an itty bitty metal shovel, and he's like just putting some of the ash into one of the glass vials.
I believe he thinks he's probably not afraid of us, but we're the reason that he's only got one arm. And if he wasn't afraid of us, why try to attack us in our homes and then send wave after wave of corruption our way.
Ptolemaeus nods. Hopefully you stop him just as easy. And he pulls something like out of his bag. It's a metal cylinder, hollow in the center. And you can see that it has like a plunger on top, and he like puts it against the soil and shoves the plunger down, pulls it back up, and he has now just like a cylinder of the soil, which he puts into a different container. When I get to an inn, I can do more research.
Well, if you'd like to share your research or have someone to talk to about it, I'd be happy to listen.
That is appreciated. He nods and like kind of gets up and he like wipes off his knees. So a pumpkin or something everyone's talking about.
Yes, we should probably get going.
Mm-hmm. He nods and he like picks all of his little tools back up and puts them in his bag, and he starts to make his way over to the cart. Yes, Nana.
Before we leave, Nana wants to make sure to check in with, the people who got knocked down during the night. She knows she did too, but she wants to make sure that Saga and Gorbjorn are okay.
Yeah.
Does Gorbjorn know what a pumpkin is?
Roll me. I just want flat intelligence.
Oh boy, -1.
Hell yeah. Has this man
Hell
ever
yeah.
seen a pumpkin?
3.
No.
I've been so excited about it though.
Oh, he's like, oh, everyone's so excited. I'm gonna get to see whatever this pumpkin is.
I just know what undying is, so I'm like, oh!
This is gonna be cool as
It
hell.
never dies! I could punch it forever!
Yeah, you go over. Gorbjorn looks pretty excited about today, unfazed, it seems like, about what happened last night. Saga, how are you feeling? If someone took a gander at you.
Saga is collecting all of her like bedroll tent stuff. We're traveling on a cart, right? I didn't make that up. Yeah, okay. And she's making a cart nest so she can nap.
Good plan.
I need 4 more
Yes.
hours.
Yes, because she's very tired and she still has a lot to think about. She's pretty sure Lady Satyr said hello again last night, but it was in a weird context, and she saw that thing again, and it kind of freaked her out a little bit, but she's gonna sleep it off. It'll be fine.
Yeah. Hercules joins you. You see he's already in that nest. He's very excited about it.
Oh,
So
yeah,
you
no,
have
she-
Adorable!
She just wraps up into a little ball and like does some little whisper prayers to Lady Satyr until she falls asleep again, and then
Aw.
she's just gonna be there.
Yeah, Nana, you see that she is curled up in the cart with Hercules.
Okay. Nana will make sure to leave her water skiing within arm's reach of Saga.
Leave
She
me
has
some
to
water.
stay hydrated. She has to stay hydrated.
Yeah.
Turkey and some water, please eat and
Yeah.
drink. Thank you.
Please take care of yourself. I understand that you were very brave last night. And Nana will kind of like pull up the covers around Saga's shoulder and kind of give her a little pat and just sort of leave her be to her nap with Hercules and checking over with Gorbjorn. Oh, he's just ecstatic. Just ecstatic. So
Man's
you're
got
excited
one
to
dying
see the
pumpkin.
pumpkin, are you?
I want to see how far I could throw it.
Before we get there, let's make sure that it's not on the vine anymore before you go throwing it anywhere. You know pumpkins grow on vines.
It can grow.
It just keeps getting better, Gorbjorn. It gets
What is
bigger.
it?
Do you?
It can get
I can-
bigger.
Well, it's sort of like a big orange. It sort of looks a bit like an apple, but it's got very thick skin, and it's about like this big around usually. But I guess maybe if this thing's undying, maybe it's bigger. But it's sort of like it's a big plant, a big big fruit.
I thought it was like the son of a pump.
Pumpkin. You know what? That's actually very clever, Gorbion. I don't blame you for that assumption. That's very, very true. But no, so far as I'm aware, there is no pump that sired these pumpkin.
Weirder and weirder.
I know, stranger all the time. Yes. You are all right from last night, though. Yes.
Got a big bruise on my ribs here, but
I noticed that. Do you need anything for it?
I'll heal fast.
I know you do.
Everybody good to continue forward? Or is there anything else? Okay.
While we're traveling, Roshan, can I borrow your crossbow?
Yes, the one that I've never used.
I was like, wait, he has a
Wins for half a
crossbow?
second.
Out of Fort Roshan has a crossbow?
You don't
Okay,
size up
Patrick
everybody you
peeks
see
up
and
from
see if they have
behind.
weapons on them, do you?
Roshan has a crossbow?
I just want to sit in the cart next to Ptolemaeus and ask him if he's ever used one of these before and kind of show him how they work.
He pulls a crossbow out of his bag.
Oh.
Aha!
All right.
You can
I-
share trips.
I hit the rock. I was shocked that I did. But we were in the dome, so I did not want it to. He like mimics like a ricochet.
Good. Understandable. I just wanted to make sure you had some means of defending yourself if you were separated from us. I don't want you to be nervous out here. Stay by us and you'll be fine. But I'll hand Roshan his crossbow back. I really
You
don't
can
like
look
them.
at his crossbow. It's a beautiful crossbow to look at, like just like intricately designed. It's like, if I was going to show off a crossbow, this is the crossbow I'd show off. But he's like, he tells you, like, he's like, I know how to load it, I know how to aim it. Am I an expert? No.
That's quite beautiful for such a tasteless weapon.
It is stronger than if I tried to punch something. Glances over at Gorbjorn.
Very little skill involved in using
Now
one
I
of those.
feel prompted to just
I'm
punch
sure anybody
something.
here could learn how to use one.
Like, what do I punch? I'll break the cart.
Looking around the cart. Shit. Tordrick like sees and feels this innately. And he has his armor on now, and he like kind of like hits at his chest and like kind of like bows it up a bit.
Oh no.
You can take it.
Uh-oh.
I can take it.
Okay, I did not roll well. Thankfully, it fell off the natural 20. It went to the 2. It was just like, oh wait, here's the 2. I'm
Just
like,
knock Torjik straight off the cart. He rolls a little bit.
I know, like,
Oh my god!
Skipping a stone. What did you get?
I got an 8 total.
Oh, you don't want to hurt him, but you're like, he already offered, so it's not a. You make contact, but it's not gonna do anything.
9. Sorry, 9. I'm sorry.
He flies off the
Oh
and then he like laughs and he like hits your shoulder. He's having a good time. He is quickly forgetting about last night. That's the dream.
good. That's good.
Saga, you are currently curled up in the bundle. You guys have started traveling forward. I'd like to know who is at the front and doing our perception checks, if anybody is.
Oh shit, perception ladies in a bundle.
Yeah, I was like, and it's not
Oh
Saga.
no! Well, I mean,
I
I've got a
suppose-
+5, but I'm guessing that Fen can top that.
If you wanna do it, that's fine. I was talking to Ptolemaeus. I don't know how long that conversation would have taken, but
As
Oh, you.
long as we spoke. Not
What's
too
that?
long. Not too long.
okay, all right. Then Fen would have no problem being out front.
Okay, and then Nana, would you want to give him the help action, or do you want to roll separately?
I give him the help action.
All right, Fen, you roll with advantage.
All right. The better of those two is a 21.
Okay, good to know. I'll keep that in mind. You guys travel for about 45 minutes so far. Is there anything anybody wanted to do at the top of this trip? There's people talking about crossbows. There's people kind of punching each other, normal in the cart stuff. Anything else for early day cart stuff?
Just gonna feed Jenny. That's all.
I am
No,
going.
no tricks, no training. Just feeding her.
I am going to sneak some of the seashells into Saga's bag while she's asleep.
Okay, she is actually, like, she's under there. Roll sleight of hand with advantage. Just to casually put a bunch of seashells into bag.
Yeah. Well, I'm not giving her all of them. I'm giving her like 3 so far, but that's definitely over a 20. So.
Oh yeah, it's so easy. Nobody knows. You're becoming too powerful.
Like sneaking candy to a baby.
Like giving gifts to children.
Ha 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 ha!
The quietest barbarian in the West.
This is how Santa does it.
True. Gorbjorn is actually Santa.
This is the story of Santa.
That's so
Santa
mad.
rages through the night, just like, oh, present for you.
He rolls by screaming, but you don't know how the gift got in your bag,
Yeah.
You're like, I saw him, but when did he get near my bag?
I didn't see it.
Anything else, guys? There's a lot of tomfoolery, which is always fun.
A little bit later, when I can, like, when Saga's in there and she kind of wakes up a little bit on maybe like a bump or something, and she can hear everybody's busy and doing their things, she's gonna kind of like hold her little staff close, and I guess if oh shit, what's his name again? Hercules. I was trying to think of other things and my brain stopped. Hercules is still there, she'll hold him too.
Yeah.
And she's gonna try to, she hasn't talked to Lady Seder in a while, and it's been kind of weird lately, so she's gonna try to talk to her again. She thinks about casting Fog Cloud, but that might be a little obvious, so maybe she won't do that this time.
Everyone starts screaming. You feel the cart go off the road.
Yeah, it's just like out like a terrible fart, just poof.
If you could just like hold it in within like
The blankets
tiny
start
little
to stand
bubble.
outwards, and then just everything is fog.
Yeah, maybe not that. Instead, she'll do this one. This one seems, I don't care about spell slots. Who cares about spell slots? Instead, I'll do. You two did the same thing.
Yeah.
I'm gonna cast Shield of Faith on myself. That sounds very
Okay.
That sounds like a good thing.
So you guys like a dim light from under the blanket, but like that's none of y'all's business.
Yeah. And I'm gonna just do a little spell just to like I'll roll just in case.
Yeah, go ahead.
It'll be okay. It's fine. All right, I rolled a 16.
Cool.
And so basically a shimmering field surrounds me, so I kind of just start glowing like my jellyfish in there. And I'm just gonna be, hi, Lady Seder. It's been a little while, but I guess not quite. I just haven't talked to you in a while, but I guess you're the one talking to me more often lately. It's kind of crazy. Well, I talked to, Rim recently, and that, I'm not really sure how to feel about all that. I don't think she said this thing about, like, getting, like, it's not,
like not not following you anymore, and then she would help me, and I don't really like that at all. But then she was saying you were keeping things from me, and then she said she was like looking into my head and she saw a bunch of stuff, and I was just wondering what that was all about, or if I should worry about it. But then, like, when we were fighting, I've seen some things like twice, the same thing, and I'm wondering if that's what it is. I don't know. I guess I just need to know. Like, you usually guide me places, and I just need to be guided a little bit, if you could, please.
Okay.
I'm gonna cast guidance on myself.
Just roll your d4 and add it to your 16.
Okay. Oh, the 16 was the my magic surge.
Ah, got you. Go
Yeah.
ahead and roll again then. Adding a d4.
Let's see. Well, that's about right. Okay, I rolled a 4. Plus 3, so it's a 7.
There you go. You
Yeah.
lay there for a little bit, and there's the shimmer around you to make it interesting and feel nice. And there's the very warm Hercules next to you. And your staff makes it so that, you know, the cold doesn't even really affect you like it should anyways. Everybody outside of the nest, you begin to see like itty bitty bit of snowfall.
All right. Well, looks down at Hercules. I guess not now. We'll just have to go to sleep again. Maybe she doesn't want to talk.
Pushes this like wet nose against your face.
Oh, squeeze.
Yeah, but the rest of you see just this small amount of snow beginning to fall. Very beautiful sign of winter. Here to stay, baby.
Bound to happen eventually. I'm honestly surprised it took this long.
Fen, keeping an eye out. You see a bit down the road, another cart off on the side, few figures walking around, and it looks like multiple little smoldering pyres.
Okay. How are the figures walking around dressed?
You got like a 20 something, right?
21.
It takes you a second to like, you got to get a little closer to get some of the details, but as the cart just starts to roll forward, these people look like they're wearing armor. They have cloaks. Most of these figures seem to be hooded. It currently looks like they're putting things on the cart, but they have weapons and armor.
Okay, but are they visibly like wearing the sigil of the Guard of the East or anything like that?
They are not wearing the colors of a Jarlsman.
Okay, so probably might be some mercenaries up ahead. Looks like they're cleaning up after a pyre and loading a cart. Do we want to parley with them, or do we want to just pass by?
I think we should probably stop and speak to them, tell them of the dangers of the road to the north.
Assuming they haven't encountered them themselves.
With the pyres, it seems likely.
But we may as well at least compare notes.
All right, very well. I'll keep an eye out just in case they're not friendly, and I'll let those of you that are better at talking do the talking.
All right.
Sounds good.
Cart moves forwards. You can see now that two of the figures pick up something wrapped in, it looks like coarse fabric, something big. Like it takes both of them sort of round in shape, and they both haul it onto the back of the cart. And you can hear like talking amongst themselves. Fen, you pick up a phrase like, you hear "what a night" from somebody, and then you hear "cart this way," and somebody says "fuck," and the two figures like hop off the cart, and they don't walk towards the road, they walk sort of in the opposite direction towards their fire. But you see one of them stands up from the fire. This person takes their hood off and makes their way more to like the front of the group, closer to the road, as if to meet you.
And how many of them did you say there were?
There are 5 of them.
5 of them.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
All of them like fully bundled up, cloaks, hood, except the one who walked forward.
Yeah, it's bloody cold out here.
Yeah. You approach the person who stood up to greet you. Woman, probably in her later 20s, blonde hair and a tight ponytail, wearing sort of patchwork armor, but with 2 very nice looking short swords at the sides. And as she like watches you all approach, she is not grabbing them in a menacing way or in a I'm gonna pull these that way, but from where they're stationed, she has her hands like rested on them, as if she were like sitting in a chair, just on the hilts. And she like raises a hand. Hey there! And she takes a step forward. Spent the night out here?
Couple hours north of here. Yeah. Was it a rough night for you as well?
Pretty rough night. Must have been pretty damn rough for you. And she points back. Couple hours that way?
Yeah.
Could hear the screamer from here.
Yeah.
Wasn't fun.
No, I'm just glad it wasn't on us, but we had our own issues. Would have headed that way if we could, but motions to the pyres.
I'm gonna get out and check out the pyres.
Yeah, go for it. Bergeron hops out. She side eyes you a bit and watches you go past, does not stop you.
How many things did you encounter last night?
Oh, honestly, wasn't too terrible. She kind of like sniffs. You guys ran into some rot hogs?
Not what they're called.
There were a couple smelly ones.
Mm-hmm.
This is what we've kind of been doing. So we've made names for them. The ones that smell bad we call rot hogs.
Rot hogs. That makes sense.
Are they just common out here nowadays?
Depends on the night, but we're actively looking, so.
We ran into 6 heads with wings, 2 spider-looking ones, 2 stinky ones, 2 with very large mouths, and 1 very large conglomeration, and a screamer.
One had this sort of cage chest thing.
The fact that you're alive is kind of fucking shocking.
We're honestly impressed ourselves.
I mean, I could tell you our names for them. We just kind of gave them short and sweet names so we could yell shit out during combat.
Love to hear it.
Now they feel kind of stupid. And she sort of laughs. One of the other people, Gorbjorn, you walk over to the pyres. There's currently somebody kind of tending to it. A man, when you walk over, you can see he has no eyebrows, no hair is falling from the hood, so you assume his head is shaved or there's only a little bit on top. He has a burn scar on his chin, and he's like actively like pushing things away and looking at the pyre, and he like watches you go over. Are you looking for anything in particular?
Well, in the fires, I'd be looking for maybe like clothing or like leathers being burned compared to like if I'm suspecting that they're robbers, but hearing this tale of like what they're going through and the names that they have, I'd be actually looking for the sizes of corpses that we had just dealt with.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me. This is going to be investigation.
Oh boy!
I was just
I
like,
mean, like,
I'm sorry.
you know what he's
Hey,
looking for
18!
approximately.
Ooh.
Oh, buddy!
It doesn't matter when you roll
Honestly,
good.
like, multi-class into like, what is it, mastermind or whatever, and just new life.
Oh, I'm gonna be the inquisitive rogue and just be like a secret sleuth.
Yes. Another
Do
rogue
it.
multi-class. We need it. You're already halfway there.
No, but I just need to steal things.
You look around, you don't see anything in the clothing or armor department, just a quick glance, easy enough to tell. I am going to, it's an 18 total.
Yes.
I'm going to message you something.
Ooh.
Ooh, fancy.
I'm going to send
DM
you a
whispers.
message.
DM whispers.
He
DM
just got a
whispers,
letter.
DM whispers.
He just
He
got a
just got a
letter.
letter.
Like I should
He
be
just
private.
got a letter.
If it's a
What
message, then you need to make sure it's within 25 words.
Mm.
Is a creature psychically communicating with him from the pyre?
Yes.
Uh-oh.
Whoa, that would be freaky.
That would
There's
be
a
very
cat
freaky.
on my keyboard.
It just yells, "I burns."
Is it hot in here or is it just me? Says the-
Hashtag episode 69.
Yep.
Nice.
Nice. I mean, honestly, I'm going back and forth. I feel like nice would also be a suitable episode title.
It might just.
It might
Yeah.
just.
We'll see. We'll see.
We'll see. We'll see if it's actually nice after all.
Yeah.
Could just be the Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown.
There. My brain just raced with several jokes that are not okay for Twitch.
Yeah.
Not okay for episode
Yep.
69?
Put them in the
I wasn't
Zoom
listening,
chat.
so I
That's what
can't
it's
tell you
there
if it was
for.
okay or not.
You could call it could be Plumpkin. You could do Plumpkin.
It's getting very close.
Oh, stop.
Oh.
Yeah, I know.
Couple steps back.
I was
I'm
trying
coming
no,
back,
no,
I'm
that
almost
is
done, oh
within
God.
Twitch standards.
That
You gotta
is-
finish your
that
message
is-
before I
DM.
get closer.
You can have a plump pumpkin. That is perfectly
Yeah.
valid.
The oncoming plumpkin.
Yeah. Plumpkin oncoming.
Oh no.
I'm done. Here it is. It's yours.
Huzzah!
Plumpkin spice. Sorry.
Meanwhile,
Oh no.
while Christo's investigate Christo himself has come into game. Is investigating.
Whoa.
Oh my
Like
god.
a detective me comes out of the bushes like, you see this shit?
Everyone's like, yeah.
Bobby's like,
Whoa.
who the fuck are
Yeah,
you?
totally. The woman you're talking
Like your
to.
beard.
Okay. Shit, doing this out of order. Been out here for a minute. I'm Sunny.
Nice to meet you. I'm Roshan. These are my friends.
Good introduction. She kind of laughs a bit. All right. The ones you encountered.
Nana, he called me a friend.
Just giggling in the back. Okay, there's the flying ones you talked about, the heads with the ears. We've been calling those kisses because we've seen them. It looks like they make out with corpses.
Yeah.
There's the one that you had the big mouth, and you hear somebody in the group like snort, and she's like, "Shut up." The appropriate name we've been using, we call them repeaters.
Oh.
What's that supposed to mean?
One of them
Sometimes
was-
they mimic sounds.
Oh.
Yes.
They're not like, they're good at it, but they can't do like a lot of them, and they hold on to one for a while, as long as they're, till they're dead. Smelly ones are rot hogs. The spider-like one we've been calling weavers, and the big one that you were talking about. We've only seen one of those before, and it was last night. We had seen one from a distance before. Bad night though, so we weren't able to do anything. And she's like, her thumb is motioning towards their cart where like the bundled lump is, and it is head shaped. Now that you take a glance, we've been calling those gatherers, as they like to put bits in.
I was hoping it'd be headry.
Thought there was a
Boo! I was also reading something at the time, but boo!
boo.
Are there? Did we just get a night where we got to see all of them, or are there more that you've encountered?
Oh, there's other things. It really just sort of depends on the day, but it's just because you got lucky with a screamer. These things are attracted to their sound. If they yell out, everything just piles up on it.
The old woman.
So a night like we've had isn't entirely uncommon.
I'll say screamers are pretty rare.
That's good.
But if you killed as many as you said you had, it might be a pretty boring adventure for us. You can see that Gorbjorn's over by the pyres. He goes over to one and he starts like pushing things around with his weapon. The guy who's tending the fires has been kind of vaguely following you.
But I'm pretty done with the fire, so I just wanted to peek at the thing under the. I got to peek.
Yeah, you go over. Are you going to try and stealth over?
Got it.
Or are you just walking over?
I got somebody following me. I can't.
Yeah, you start rolling, and he's like, "Where did he go?" Yeah, you walk over. Nobody stops you. You pull it back, and you see a very familiar sight of the head of what they refer to as a gatherer, something made with bits and bobbins to make the vague visage of a person. So it's what they said it was. You can see that there's everybody's sort of, most of the people here, their attention is on you, but none of them have said anything. Sunny sort of like glances back. Right, I'm being a dick. So these are my companions. We have Alvita, and there's a woman who is currently weaving, working with like thin twigs, twisting them together. She like turns and glances over. You can see that she is an elf when she turns her head. Just a glance of the ear, you can see she also has her head shaved. And then she goes back to her business, like glances over what she's working on and continues. This is Gunhild. This person is currently lugging over some of the ropes. You watch as they kind of jump up and start to like tie the head to the cart. This person also has a shaved head, pale skin. The person who is following Gorbjorn around, she points, that's Ing. As I said, buzzed head, no eyebrows, burn scar. Over there is Tate. And you see there's just a guy sitting by the fire near the elven woman who is weaving. Also has a buzz cut, pretty muscular, has a hammer sort of resting at the side, but you can see a beard sticking out from under the hood. That's the very merry, very pleasant band. She glances over at them.
Where are you taking it?
Oh, we're well, I could tell you, I guess. We take some bits back to town because we get a bit of coin from it from the local authorities.
Are you heading to Garterholm?
I was just
Oh, no. She points the direction that you guys are going. We're heading south.
Okay. Well, we're headed south too. If are you almost ready to go?
brings you all out here?
Out here
We've-
to find an archer.
Fine.
All of you talk at the same time, and she like, what?
A lot of us are here for a lot of
Inks.
reasons.
Inks. We're trying to find inks.
Right, the
Traveling
traveling
curiosities.
curiosity show. Yes.
Oh, I've seen that part.
Are we
Have you
heading in
seen
the
it
right
on the
direction
road?
then?
Last time I saw they were heading south. Can't promise that's the situation. She glances over at you and you cough. Feeling all right?
Woke up a little under the weather, but seemed to be all right. Why?
That's good. These things can be a bit draining. So you're looking for the traveling museum?
Yeah.
Interesting. You guys, I hate prying. You just seem like an incredibly strong group. Just to be going to the museum.
Well, we were told that some people we don't very much like are in the same direction as the museum, and
Huh.
perhaps
Maybe
we'll
I've
meet
seen
up
them
with
at
them
the
again too.
museum. Who are you looking for?
Have you met someone named? Well, he probably wouldn't use his name. One arm, creepy guy.
Likely would have had a cloak.
Got a face you really want to punch.
What name did you say? You said he was going by a name? I mean, if he changed it, he changed it. But
It was Bosch.
Insight their faces.
Gorbjorn is welcome to roll insight if Gorbjorn would like to roll insight.
Okay.
Anna would also like to attempt an insight.
Sure.
She's not the most insightful, but she'll give it a shot.
Well, I got a 5. I'm too busy looking at the dead face.
They're like, oh, that's pretty cool.
I have a 12.
Yeah, the only face currently visible is Sunny's. Everybody
Yeah,
else
that's
is
sort of what I
full
figured.
hood. Sunny is listening intently. Bosh. Looks back at her group.
Might have been traveling with a few others, probably dressed similarly.
There also might have been a small girl by the name of Solvi. We were asked by her father to check in on her.
Wish I could be more help. I mean, I've seen the museum.
You've seen the pumpkin.
I don't think that I have seen the pumpkin, but if I see it, I'll let you know.
It's been impressed upon us as something of a local curiosity. We were rather hoping to stop by on our way.
You watch as the elven woman, Alvilda, stands up with this sort of, it looks like there's a thicker stick in the center, and then the other ones are twisted around it in like intricate patterns. And you can see that like little runes have been like stitched into parts of it, and the bottom has been sharpened. She gets up and she walks over to the cart, jumps on top and just stabs it into the head of the thing through the fabric. Done. And she jumps off and starts walking. And she walks over to Ing, the man who is tending to the fires. Is your letter done? Give me a second. And he watches the guy sits down and he pulls out like a note that you can see he's already written on, and it looks like he's finishing up the bottom, and she waits near him. She looks impatient. Well, Sunny looks to you. So heading south, looking for the museum, looking for this Bosch. I don't know how we can tell you about it, but we'll keep an eye out.
That would be much appreciated.
Of course.
Have you seen something like this? And I want to pull out that wooden stitched thing together that they left in that forest and we've been following.
Oh, yeah.
Smart. The sigil.
You pull out
The
Bosch's symbol, and she looks at it. Actually, I think I've seen that a few places, yeah.
That is Bosch's calling card.
All right. Haven't seen it anywhere too fancy, if that makes you feel any better.
Probably for the best, but
Mhm.
do keep an eye out. He's not a man to trifle with.
We'll do our best. And she sort of like pats the swords at her side. You said your name was Roshan? I'm sorry,
Yes.
I did not get the rest. It was just your friend.
Yeah, it was.
I'll
was-
introduce everyone.
Everyone is introduced. Saga, if during any of this you pop out, you see that it
Aw.
is snowing. It tastes like your finger, basically. It just
Oh.
tastes like
It's water.
skin. You're like, I see. Sunny looks over to your cart. Actually, I hate to pry. What's that? She is looking at the hot air balloon tied to the back to roll behind.
It's a
But
cart.
she walks over.
I was just pointing at me for a second. I was like,
What the fuck is
Saga?
that?
Oh, that's Saga.
It's me.
That's an invention of our dear friend Ptolemaeus.
He sort of hops up. He's been very quiet, just sort of
Mm.
as far back in the group as he could be.
Ah,
Oh, interesting. You feel like just explaining it to me a little bit? I'm just curious. Never seen anything like it. Ptolemaeus kind of, sure. But Sunny and Ptolemaeus meet at the back, and he starts talking about how it works. You watch as the elven woman is handed the letter. She sort of like snatches it away from the guy, and she like tilts her head up a bit and starts making this like guttural clicking sound. And she waits a moment, and you hear the flutter of wings as a crow lands and like hobbles forward a bit. And you can hear her like talking softly to it, just kind of softly and encouraging. She ties the letter to its foot, like picks it up, like gives it a kiss on the beak, and sends it up.
Jillian,
Yes,
do I recognize the language she's speaking?
she is. You know what? I will make you roll for it because I just think it's fun. Go ahead. When she's
I will
talking
say
softly to the crow, it is in Elvish, and it's just words of encouragement.
okay.
And the thing before was there's no need to roll. It was crow sound.
Oh, okay.
It was
Crow click.
It was crow clicks. It was she was just calling the crow over.
I had intended to speak to her anyways. So
Yeah, you can make your way over if you want to.
okay. What
She watches you approach. What was somebody about to say?
I was just gonna say, what is that? The gesturing at the thing she just wove and stuck into the skull or the head of the beast.
She watches you. She glances over.
I would say this in Elvish.
Okay. If anybody else can speak Elvish in the group, you can understand this conversation. She glances you and then over at it. Slows down the process a bit. Not a lot. Also gives you something to hit if it starts moving again. Once they're already corrupted, they come back a lot quicker. But because it's not on the ground, we do have some time and just a bit of magic to keep it stable and less violent.
I was to understand that corruption was new here in the East. How did you figure that out so quickly?
Corruption's always a problem. She points northward. I lived closer to the forest.
Forest of Adun?
Lived near the perimeter. You don't want to live too close. I can't promise what I'm doing actually does anything, but It's what everybody did there.
But you think it works, so you believe it works.
It makes me feel better.
We'll take the victories we can. Your crow friend, that was impressive. How did you develop such a bond with it? I've got, and I'll open my pocket and show Jenny hiding from the cold in there.
Aw. She's
I-
cool.
She's nice. Just trying to be a bit closer with her, just to form that bond, and she seems resistant. I know crows are very smart, but I believe Jenny's smart. She's just a wild spirit. You just have to make that connection with her. Was there any tips, tricks, anything that you can recommend?
I hate to say my best tip is the fact that I can physically speak to the creatures. What did you say her name was?
Her name's Jenny.
Jenny, could you come here, please? She's gonna roll to see if this works. Okay.
Do it?
Jenny like pops up and like kind of like stands on the edge of the pocket, like jumps into her hand and starts pecking like she expects food to be there. And she like looks over. I'm sorry, there's no food. So I can speak to animals on most occasions. Doesn't mean they'll listen, but this bird seems partially trained, so it was easy enough.
She's a good bird. She's kind. I can tell she cares for people. I can just feel that.
Do you care for people, Jenny? The bird like turns and looks at her. And then she kind of like pushes her hand up a bit, and like Jenny like pops off and like goes back over to you. I'm sure you'll figure it out.
All right. I appreciate speaking to you. What do the runes say that you've made there?
Most of them have to do with, gosh, when you get so used to doing something, mostly expansion, halting. The woods does not stop, and this was something we used to try and keep areas safer around our homes. And I'm hoping it does the same here.
So you, as an elf, you live outside of the woods and want to stop the woods from encroaching?
Nobody's going to stop the woods. She is forever reaching. The trees grow astronomically fast.
That's so
I can only
strange.
imagine. Her eyes widen a bit. What does it look like now? I'm sorry.
Oh, it's fine. So strange to me. We elves, the few of us that are from the West, we live in and amongst the woods, and we try to protect them. We want the woods. They protect us. We protect them. From the encroachment of the rest.
I do my best for nature, and I give it what I can. But when it comes to those woods in particular, they do not want to be saved. They wish to do what they will. She will do what she wants, and she wants help from no one.
She was from what they say of the fallen goddess, she was strong and brave. Have you come across a bard in your travels?
I've seen bards.
A remarkable bard. A bard that even if you didn't like him, you'd have no choice but to respect his talent and skill.
It's possible. Why?
I've heard tale of someone like that, and it seemed familiar to me.
She looks at you for a moment.
Fenn's a very bad liar.
Yeah.
He's trying real hard here not to give away secrets, but really wants
I'd
to
love
know.
you to roll deception, actually.
Okay.
I don't even know the man.
Don't explain yourself next
You
time.
can hear over
Kyle.
from the
It's
side.
a straight 10.
And it
Oh.
fills with the heat, and it makes it heavier, but it makes it lighter. And she's like, "What?"
And Nana's like, I know, right? It sounds like bunkus, but it works.
She has her arms like folded across her chest, and she just like moves in slightly. What of this bard?
Just something about the mention of the forest made me think of him.
Why's that?
I think you probably have to ask my friends for more information. Personally, I'm not one for music. I play this, and pulls out his little flute, but I don't play it well. No lies in that.
Understood. A bard who makes you think of the forest. Does sound like a good bard.
I think anything that makes you think of the forest is a good anything.
Almost want to root for it if it wasn't going to swallow everything. It's beautiful. If you ever go north, the forest is the most beautiful thing I've ever seen.
I would love to see it someday. I'm bound to my friends and sworn to take up their tasks and assist them, but if given the chance, I would love to see it.
Hopefully you will. Hopefully your nights will not be hard as the last one. She looks over at one of the other group members. Did you have a letter? What did you say your name was? And she turned back to you.
My name? I'm Fen. Fen Varmuscaria, of Briarheart, West.
Of course. Alvilda. Maybe we'll meet again.
I hope so.
She smiles at the gesture, and then she turns and like walks over to somebody. And Sunny, like, you can hear Sunny like, right, I didn't understand a lick of that.
It's
but
rather
thank
a bit much.
you have an interesting accent too. Where are you from? You see
South.
Ptolemy starts to flounder. He's from the south.
Far south.
I'd love you to roll deception.
I mean, like, it is the far south, though.
It may not be. Eventually, I guess things eventually would touch. But
Wouldn't it? No.
eventually,
Yes.
everything south eventually.
Eventually, everything turns south. To every season. Let's see. That's deception. 19.
Oh, now I have to actually do the math. Okay. She looks at you. None of my fucking business anyways. Brain's already melted from the hot balloon. That's close enough.
Sky basket.
I like sky basket. Well, is there anything else we'd love to be able to help? But yeah, where you're headed, southwards, on the right path if you're looking for the museum, unless I've fully fucking missed it, you know?
There was a couple more names I wondered if you recognized.
I'm all ears. Looks like over her group. Yeah, we have a couple more things to do before heading out anyways. That they should be doing before we head out. A couple people stand up.
Have you heard of, I suppose, a rich man named McKeel, or a witch named Eitri?
Nana's listening to this.
Huh. I don't think I have. Are you able to give any sort of description?
The one had a gold chin, and the other had a black arm.
Interesting. Can't say I've seen either of that.
They wore white last we saw them. Not sure if that matters.
Wish I could help. Seems I've only seen the museum.
Well,
Can't miss it.
No harm.
Can't fucking miss it.
that's a help anyway.
Well, that's good. Certainly.
Saga's just been chilling. Just watching everybody do their thing. She's still tired. But can she just run a general vibe check on everybody?
I would also like a vibe check.
You both may roll vibe check, which is insight. Insight, vibe check.
Ooh, 21.
Ooh, that's better than I did, but can I do guidance on myself, or is that like, can I do that for this?
You've already rolled.
Okay. Well, 16.
Okay. Roshan, are you looking for anything in particular or just the vibe? Which I interpret.
He wanted to know, like, are these people generally trustworthy or have they been lying to me? That was really his biggest thing.
Do they seem like they're gonna sneak up on us and stab us in the back, or are they probably okay?
On episode 69, that is going to give you a little kiss on the back of the neck.
That's for their
Joshua,
kissing.
I will be typing you out a message.
Okay.
Ooh.
I also wanted to do something. I wanted to kind of lean the Scar Girl away, like kind of towards like their equipment and stuff that seem kind of sketchy, and then like turn it around, like turn all around on her, and Vigo like, I'm into the scars. And try to woo this lady for a second.
Sure. Go ahead and just give me flat charisma.
Natural 20!
That needs inspiration too, because that is so on character for Gorbjorn.
That's very in character for Gorbjorn.
She looks at you.
Are we taking a short rest here? Like,
Saga's like, should I get comfortable? What's up?
How long are we here?
Ben was
Gorbjorn wants to take a
talking
short
for a
rest.
while, and there was hot balloon explanations.
Okay,
That was like
fair.
yeah,
minutes.
he's had time. He's
Between
had
all
time.
this.
I've had
Okay,
minutes
okay,
to
Yeah.
get this going.
What, you want to like make out or something?
And then I just go for it, and I'm gonna like get heavy into it, and like with a little heavy petting, and then I'm gonna sneak into her bags a little bit. Not like I just want to feel around anything in there, you know.
Yeah. Go for it. Go ahead and roll sleight of hand.
Can I have advantage, please?
For your nat 20, yes.
And that's a natural 19.
Holy shit!
You guys watch Gorbjorn aggressively making out with one of these people just off to the side slightly.
I'm not going to pay attention to that for right
we're
now.
we're a bit in the back. Like I purposely try to like lead her away a bit.
Yeah, it's hard to conceal, but you are not like right next to the group.
Yeah,
You are
exactly. It's just like where'd those two?
Oh, they're over there. Okay.
Sunny glances over. Oh, Jesus Christ. Well, you guys are doing that. I'm gonna try and send Joshua this message real fast. Well, it's a slow zoom in of these two making out as Gorbjorn tries to like reach into bags and grab things.
Well, that's not all I'm grabbing.
Time, baby.
I mean, it's episode 69, y'all. What were you expecting?
Nothing less.
Somebody had to do it. Somebody had to do
Nothing
it.
less.
If somebody-
Exactly.
Gorbjorn is the one.
Yeah,
Gorbjorn
Gorbjorn
is
is the slut.
Yeah.
Yes.
No, I didn't say
He is
that.
the uber
You
slut.
said that.
He is
Actually,
the
no.
almighty slut.
He is a slut.
And with that, I think we're gonna take our break.
Hell yeah!
With Gorbjorn.
House grads for everyone.
We're gonna take a break real quick. We're gonna be back in 10 minutes, and we're gonna get back to episode 69, baby.
Hey!
You guys in 10.
Nice.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Dice Cult for episode 69 of On the Backs of Gods. We left off with Gorbjorn being a big old slut and making out with this person he just met.
Hey! In the
but-
spirit of episode 69.
All because of the sticky fingers is trying to is grabbing ass, but also is reaching into a bag to try and figure out what's in there. Just taking a look. Why not? So they are making out. Meanwhile, a couple people are doing vibe checks on how this whole conversation went. Saga, being a little bit out of it, you aren't able to pick up much. Roshan, you get a bit of a vibe. Gorbjorn, you have a hand in this bag. You're like, okay. You're the
And also the other hand on that ass.
yeah. There's yeah.
There's a hand in that bag and a hand on that ass.
You know,
So
seems
here
like
are the
a band
things
of sag.
you feel. You feel a money pouch. You feel a glass vial. You feel a sheathed dagger. You feel fire starting tools. And you also feel something metal, kind of like a chain.
I'm just gonna go for that ass.
Okay. You're like,
Yay! Good boy!
you go for ass.
Hell
in-
yeah.
Ing is fully wrapped fingers in hair and does a hard pull.
Oh, I'm
you
barbarian.
feel-
I'm pulling back, kind of thing.
I
Like,
thought they didn't have any
You
hair.
try to go for the hair, there's none. You're like, oh shit. So you just find something else. You're just
oh yeah, right. Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
just slapping the head, I guess. Like,
You have the hood, the nape.
oh, go for the neck choke. Yeah, gotcha.
Yeah,
Like
they're
the pin
going
neck
at
choke.
Oh, everybody
we've-
on Sunny's team is stopped and they've looked over and they're like, all right. They're like,
They look like they're into it.
you see Tate who glances over, oh, good for them. Tate gets up and starts stretching. And he begins to walk off, in the opposite direction of the road. Hurry back, finish what you're up to. She calls to him, not the horny teenagers over in the town.
They can go as long as they need to.
Well,
They gotta get it out of their system.
is there anything else before you pry your friend off of my friend?
No, it was nice meeting you.
Honestly, yes.
Of course.
Should we expect more or less abominations heading in this direction?
Just in the distance. Here, more.
Hey guys, welcome to the Dice Plus episode 69. I can't say no to anybody today. It's the rules.
Last episode of the Dice Cult on the Backs of Gods.
Never.
Yeah,
Don't
this
stop
is
me.
Never.
Wayne, boys.
Gorbjorn's not even on the back yet. dude.
Sunny stops and stares into the void for half a second. She kind of clears her throat as loudly as she can. And takes a hand, puts it to your face and pushes it back a bit. And he's just staring across the way. You got your fill? Yeah, I'm good. Which is kind of pushes your head to the side. She kind of gives your cheek a hard pat. And readjusts clothes. Right. Sorry, did you ask me something?
Just whether there would be more or less abominations on the road in front of us.
Can't be more
Honestly,
than
I'd
what we
like to
just
think
saw.
between us, points between the two groups, that we've cleared out a good bit. When you get closer to towns, usually it's a bit better. Well, it really depends. I heard about that town being attacked a while ago. So really it's a toss-up, but I can't imagine it'll be that bad again. At
Let's
least
hope
for a
not.
while.
Good.
Here's hoping.
Hopefully we've, between the two of our groups, cleared out enough that maybe the nearby villages will have some peace for a time.
That'll be good. People aren't used to this. Couple of ours are from the west and from up north near the woods, so we've had our fair share. Came over this way. I hate to say good bit for the coin, but if it helps and you get coin, why not?
Why not, indeed? Benefits
Right.
both parties.
Of course. Well, be on your way. I'd move as much as you can during the day. Not like that really stops them, but they seem preferable tonight,
Mm-hmm.
Well, happy hunting.
of course. And yourself. Stay safe.
One last thing.
Yeah.
Have you found anything that's managed to ward them off at night?
We have a few couple tricks up the sleeve. We're pretty good at just being unseen. Pretty good at setting up at night, and once the sun sets, we don't have our fire. We blend in pretty well. We're quiet. We wait, and if we want something to hear us, it's then it's work. But when it's not, we're a quiet group.
All right.
Well, it's good to meet you.
And you.
Safe journeys. Definitely stick to the road.
Will do.
All right. Looks over. All right, is everybody done playing grab ass? And she pulls her hood back up. Let's get everything put away. Ing looks over at Gorbjorn and then goes back to towards the fires. And all of you start to gather back into the cart and start heading out.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, Gorbjorn, there's just like a sore spot on the side of your head. But besides that, good morning. The cart starts going forward. You guys are going a good bit away. Anything after you guys are out of visual range of these guys?
After more than visual range has passed, Roshan will share that he thinks that Sunny was lying about knowing or hearing of Bosch. I don't think she meant much harm by it, but she also doesn't know what we know about him, so.
Mayhaps she met him on the road, thought him a traveler. Maybe had a decent conversation with him. I could consider him capable of that.
Should we tell people that he's like our friend or something, so then they don't think, because they seem to think we were kind of strong, so maybe it was a little intimidating?
Well, we're liable to the destruction he caused if we say we're his friend, so.
That's
Oh
true.
yeah.
I certainly won't, but.
I'd rather not be party to any of his doings if I could avoid it.
Yeah, I guess so.
But if the corruption is this thick in the area, hopefully that means we'll be meeting up with him soon. It may not do anything to stem the corruption, but I would like to make sure he stops breathing and doesn't restart breathing.
I'd certainly prefer that.
No, that's a worrying cough. And I'll just put my hand on her shoulder and cast Cure Wounds.
I mean, I'm at full health.
It doesn't matter. He's doing it anyways.
A bit of soreness of the throat from, just coughing. There's some irritation. Some of it goes down. Somehow got muted in that moment.
Did I?
Now you're back.
Am
That was
I?
weird.
Well, that's good. I only said, that does feel better. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Okay. Anything else as you travel? It's going to be a few more days on the road. You guys have eyes out for the pumpkin. You know it's in this direction. You're
It's
just like,
somewhere along this road. We'll find it eventually. We just have to look for the patch with the most sincerity.
where's, it's a vibe. Where's the pumpkin vibe?
The pumpkin patch with the most sincerity. It'll be around here somewhere.
But this day will come to a close without reaching a town or a place, and you'll have to set up outside again.
Oh, good. Well, I think it's worth taking into account the advice we were given. I don't think we should light a fire outside of the bubble. I think that we should have a care to keep Thick Biscuit as warm as we can, blankets. But I think we should keep everything quiet, and I think we should keep as little light around outside the bubble as we possibly can.
What about your lantern? Do you think they can see that?
I'm certain they very likely can. It's not an invisible light. It only renders invisible things visible.
You see Ptolemaeus nods to like back up the sentiment of what Nana said.
It's like, that's basically what she gleaned from
Yeah.
what she was able to observe the night before.
Yeah, works like a normal lantern, is visible to everyone, but also does a special thing.
Well,
But
take as many watches as I can.
So long as you don't exhaust yourself. We need you at your best tomorrow.
I will do my best, regardless if I'm exhausted or not. But I can see better than most in the dark, and it only makes sense that I stay up and take as many watches as possible. We should probably pay some attention to who's
Let
watching.
Tordrick take the first, and then maybe I the second, but Fen can take the rest.
Yeah, but yes,
We can
no one should be taking a watch by themselves. Also,
Well, no, of course. But so long as we stagger the folks who can see in the dark alongside folk who are less capable, I think we'll be all right. I agree with Gorbjorn.
okay, tell me how you guys are setting up tonight and who's taking first watch.
Tordrick and someone.
I'll stay up with Tordrick.
Yeah, we got it. Cleric, he like puts out a fist. Seems pretty good.
Leave ourselves in your capable hands.
Okay. So I'm assuming bubble at minimum. Is there anything else?
Yeah.
I think that Nana and Fen should probably do at least some basic trap setting around the perimeter.
yeah, I got 2 bags of caltrops, so I'll just like scatter them in the places that look like the path of least resistance if something was coming to our camp.
I do have a bear trap as well.
Pulls out a
Hey,
bear trap.
wow.
Yeah, I mean, like
Fucking bear trap?
yeah, it's
Damn,
Outlander feet
dude.
or background.
All right.
You guys are
And I mean,
welcome
like,
to
I've
set
got
up your
rope
trap.
to set snares and things.
Saga's gonna cast mage armor on herself before bed.
Okay.
I mean, you will be taking first watch, so that's reasonable.
Well, now and yeah,
Go ahead and roll for wild magic.
good. I rolled an 11.
Okay. Cool.
Hell yeah.
Adding one more to the possibility.
Oh.
Yeah. Traps are easy enough to set up. You set them up as advantageously as one can. You put Thick Biscuit as like close to the bubble and like the opposite side of like where a lot of like the traps are like closest. Like you're like, here's your blanket, stay warm. Like,
I'm
you
sure
guys-
as we do our watches, we'll each check on Thick Biscuit, make sure that he's warm enough and everything.
Don't wake the
yeah, and you
horse.
guys can see him.
Yeah.
He's
yeah,
also a very thick horse. So Thick Biscuit looking to the skies like I remember. But Tordrick is going to, because you're not going to get, you get a straight roll because Tordrick's going to help you. Saga, on your perception check.
Okay, dirty 20.
Okay.
Hell yeah!
Head on a swivel. Once again, you can only see so far, but you can hear. You kind of use the moon to your advantage when you can. Once you see something like fly by, but it continues on. It's nothing that comes to bother you and like, you just hear the flutter of wings. Could be one of the kisses, could be something else. It was hard to tell. But besides that, the shift passes uneventfully. And the rest of the shifts also pass uneventfully. The night is quiet.
You are a merciful DM.
On episode 69, I'm very, very kind.
Nice.
Y'all better keep it
We
together.
appreciate it.
Yeah.
You all wake up the next day. It's nice to have a good night where you aren't woken up. But everybody gets back together, gets their shit on the cart, gets back on the road. You continue forward. This is a pretty easy thing to see. A few hours into the trek, you're going forward on the cart, and as it has been the whole time, there are side paths. None of them, especially like where you were headed, you're on the main road. That's where you have to be. But as you're going, one of these side roads catches your eye. It has a large wooden sign that points in the direction, like down the path, kind of pointing it to like what is there. It is also covered in beautiful, intricate fabric flowers. There are fabric flowers and streamers hanging from this sign and like on the ground all around it. Very obvious against the scenery that it is placed at. The sign itself is for a town called Bellovin. And there's also a smaller sign that looks like it was propped up against like the base of the sign. And it says, you'd be on the page, Jillian, if you knew what you were doing. It says, visitors welcome for winter festival. And then there is a sketch of an oxen. And there is a symbol that done what look like this. Here's a
Dun, dun, dun.
Sorry, that one's too bad. I can't. I can't show that one. It was really not good.
Uh-oh.
Well, there could be one that was drawn by like a little kid, and then one that was drawn by the parent.
Symbol.
Okay. Is that one that Tordrick would have recognized from his Book of Runes?
Good question, Nana.
I have a book of runes. The man gets to roll with advantage.
I'm just saying.
He's like, give me a minute, and starts to like go through. He has to pull out his book to go look.
Of course. A quick question for the DM, if I may. How does one spell Bellovin?
Belovin.
Much appreciated, thank you.
Is it Roshan would help him and ask, is it perhaps a symbol for Gefjun?
For what?
Gefjun.
Gefjun.
He's like, huh. So he goes to the correct letter. Gefjun.
Yeah, that one.
And he turns it around and shows you the symbol. It is the symbol for Gefjun.
Which is...
She's a goddess of plough and agriculture.
Oh. So,
Wow.
a farming community?
Pumpkins!
Pumpkins!
Bursts out of the nest.
Course.
Yes.
Perhaps
Dog is
this is
ready.
where our pumpkin is. I think we should go visit. We deserve respite after a couple long nights, and a winter festival sounds delightful.
I
have to
want
agree.
soup. I want soup.
Nana needs some soup too.
Totally.
She still sounds terrible.
I mean, I'm assuming that the cough has not gone away. I'm assuming
there's
the
still a
DM
big
would have
cough.
said. Okay.
You don't
DM
feel
would
like
have said otherwise.
worse though. You don't feel
Okay.
worse.
That's fine. That's fine. Well, I mean, I'm not any worse than I was yesterday, but I could go for some soup.
Get you some soup and
Sorry, you just roll up into town and you're like, yeah, but you got soup though? We want soup.
Immortal pumpkin
One
and
thing.
soup! Immortal pumpkin and soup!
Yeah, you got some soupity. You all walk in snapping with your leather coats on. Yeah, Roshan's like, we
mithril
go.
strony, if you will.
No!
But yeah, you see that along the path as well, it looks like there's the occasional, like, somebody was like on their way back through more of the fabric flowers onto the ground around the path. Are you guys heading that way, or are you continuing forward?
Does anyone need convincing?
I think we all need a rest, and that seems like a lovely place to take a rest.
Let's go.
I would love that.
I think it would be nice to see a festival.
I have to agree.
During
Let's
the
take
party-
a cultural
festival
studies.
outside. Yeah,
and
Sorry,
this-
Mac, I talked all over you.
that's fine. I was only going to say I've never seen a winter festival outside of Galunda before. I think it would be nice.
Roshan will approach Gorbjorn
Mhm.
and say, I've actually heard of this festival. I heard there's some dueling that goes on here, and I think you should get in on it if it hasn't already happened.
We'll run this like we did the games in Galunda.
We're gonna run a racket.
Yeah, we're gonna fucking own this shit.
Yeah,
Hell
I'll
yeah.
almost die again. Just don't say.
In all fairness,
We'll
Gorbjorn's,
almost die.
in all fairness,
Yeah.
Gorbjorn's been trying to get in on it all fucking episode. So
And now he
Let's
gets
go to
to
the
do it in a
festival.
wholesome way. Yeah. You guys make your way down the path. It's not too long before you can start to see the town itself come into view. And the sound of music can be heard softly on the wind, and as you get closer, it begins to get louder and louder. Very small looking town. It looks like there are some, like, it is not a full surrounding wall, but there are like large logs stuck into the ground on different points. But you can see that this town is pretty full for its size. There seem to be a lot of people running around. Yes, Gorbjorn.
Just saying, I'm changing into Prince Gorbjorn.
Oh,
Hell
hell
yeah!
yeah.
Yes.
Hell yeah!
I'll help.
Saga's gotta help him.
Oh yeah.
You
Oh
help him out.
yeah!
Winged eyeliner.
Do we need a
So winged.
proper
So winged.
introductory? Like,
It's blue because that's the only
fanfare?
color of ink that I have.
Yeah, it works.
Yeah.
I do have black ink, if you ask.
No.
It has to be blue.
It's not a color.
That's for writing.
Yes.
You guys make your way there. You can see that there are multiple buildings, most of them of the one-story variety, made from looks like mostly wood and mud, sort of set them together. As you approach, who has perception 15 and up, passive?
Close.
Passive perception, yes.
Okay, everybody except Gorbjorn. Gorbjorn's busy getting his makeup put on.
Mhm.
You can see that this is probably the most diverse town you've been to so far. Being so small, it's kind of the expectation of, and there were a bunch of humans. And look, one half elf is the vibe. That's not it here. There are humans, you can see half elves, you can see elves, you can see halflings. You can even see some people that look like they have some orcish heritage, not as much as Gorbjorn, but you see a couple people who are like, okay, I think I know what's up, but it's just very diverse, and there's people running around and laughing and dancing. There's a lot of children running around, and you can see that a group of children is currently at the base of a very tall wooden statue of a woman. She is not like super covered, but it's a little more tasteful than the Golveg statue, if that's your thing, where like the positioning of her arm covers her chest a bit, and the position of her legs covers her lower parts a bit more than Golveg, who does not care.
I mean, like, in her statue, she is literally being immolated, so I can't imagine that modesty
Her arms
is
are
at
full
the
out.
forefront.
Behold.
Behold, I'm on fire!
Yeah, basically.
And also naked.
But
So-
that's not the
And stuff.
Earlier today, I was thinking, what would Roshan say if he needed an exclamation? And what came to my brain was Golveg's flaming tits.
It's a good one.
Perfect.
Hey guys, no fighting. It's episode
This
69.
is one of those things where, like, this is something that Roshan probably has said on more than one occasion, and, like, it's gotten to the point where Nana has just, like, she's gotten accustomed, but she doesn't like it.
Instead of calm your tits, he says cool your tits when he's
Ooh,
talking.
cool
to
your
people.
tits.
Hey, go big
Extinguish
tits right
your
now. I need you to
tits.
cool it.
I
Yeah.
Smother them kids.
no, I love the
Distinguish your tits.
Douse your tits.
Yes.
There's a couple of them like Odin's beard or like Thor's cock ring or
Yeah, of course. That makes sense to me. I feel like Thor would be the most likely of the bunch.
no, I love the idea of Roshan being like having said Golveg's flaming tits so many times that we kind of brush it off, but then like he's like, no, really, and he gestures like Golveg's flaming tits, like
The tits are literally ablaze.
I mean,
So
you're
the
not
statue.
wrong, but you could have focused on any other part of her.
So there's a statue in the middle. A beautifully carved statue. The woman is tastefully covering her nipples. Very tasteful. She also has, like, at the base that she's standing upon, you can see there are carved oxen around the base, and also that symbol I showed you earlier, the two like arrow-like things with a line central. And also from her hand, she has it up and is holding a wooden whip. And from the end of the whip, multiple ribbons have been attached, and the children are using it akin to a maypole. There are children running around, laughing and giggling. You can see there are some people slightly older also at the maypole.
We do the same thing in Galunder, except we light it on fire after we're done.
Oh, we just burn it. Saga, you can see, I think is our highest passive perception. You're looking around, this is awesome. It's just a bunch of happy people having a good time, which is so nice to see occasionally.
Yeah.
And you can also see that there is one building that stands out a bit from the others. It looks like it was made of the same material, but you can see that like on the windows, it has like very nice, beautiful fabrics like set upon it. It's like they tried to make this building as nice as possible. And you can see that there's like a little old man stationed like in front of it. He's like sitting on a bucket and like waiting. But as you guys roll up, you can see.
I was gonna say Saga's off the cart and over there.
As you jump off, you see that you are like, you kind of almost bump into this woman who is approaching. Oh,
Hi.
hi. She smiles and looks to you. Early 20s, big smile, freckles on the face, red hair in a braid. She looks over the group. She clears her throat. It's like she prepared a speech and she like puts her hands together. Welcome to the Winter Festival, visitors. And she like puts her hands out and starts pointing at things.
So cute already. I love her.
I am Kari. Welcome to Belovin for the Winter Festival in honor of Gevyun. we're so happy you came. And just big smile, kind of like flushed on the cheeks, like a little embarrassed to be doing the talking. It's nice to meet you.
Oh, Saga runs up and like grabs her hands. It's very nice to meet you too. I'm Saga, and these are everybody else, and we're very happy to see you and to participate. We were wondering, one of my friends is wondering about tournaments, and I was also wondering if you have food available. And also, what is that building over there?
Her eyes
Also ask her
sparkle
about the pumpkin.
brighter
Pumpkins.
and brighter after each question you ask. Like she's like, this is perfect. Like you actually ask the tour guide a question they're supposed to answer.
Yay!
Oh, like, what's your production of salt? And it's like, what the
Oh,
What's your
So-
major export, please?
you're pretty diverse here. Could you give me some percentages or what's up?
No!
The exposition
Boo,
on world
boring.
building.
She looks over. Well, ooh, she like is excited and like she's kind of like stepping from foot to foot. Okay. There is a bunch of games, and one of the games is eating, so that should be fun.
Excellent!
Okay, I'll start with the games. And she like looks around. Okay. And she starts pointing to different stations. Now you can see that there are areas set up around town. Okay. She like moves her finger across. This one is Toga Honk. And she smiles just really big. You all would know what Toga Honk is, but I will explain it. It's
Thank
basically tug of war. And she starts, but we do it a little more interesting because it's just two people on a team, and it's like mounted Toga Honk, where one person has to like try to crawl forward, and then the other person holds the rope on their back to make it more fun. And she's like trying to like bend her body in like the way to explain it, and you like, if you're the person on top, you like hook your legs like over their shoulders and like lean back, and like you rest your head on the smaller back and hold the rope. It's very fun.
That sounds wonderful.
So does one person get like a horse and then the other person rides them while they're pulling the rope? What?
No, the horse is a person.
So somebody's on
exactly.
somebody else's like
Yeah.
is it
it's
like
two
chicken?
people.
It's like
It's
chicken
like
with a rope.
but going opposite directions. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
I'll
Yeah.
explain it if you want to try it. It's really, really fun.
I was
Okay,
thinking like,
yay.
oh, Tordrick goes on my shoulders all the time, but now I'm like, wait, where is he going?
On the back?
This woman is so ecstatic that you're asking questions about the games and seem interested. Okay, so there's that one. It's one of my favorites. And there's a race, because there's always a race, because if there's kids, they just like to run around. But you guys are welcome to participate. So don't feel out of place if it's just like 50 kids and you. It'll be fine.
I'll slap
guys
that on
have-
the back. That's his forte.
You guys
Uh-huh.
have bees here?
Bees?
Well,
Jeez.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good question. I wanted to buy some honey because Nana's got a cough.
Oh
And
no, that's all right. Yeah.
Well,
That too.
it's winter, so it's not
Okay.
it's not the
No
best.
is
but
no.
we
I
do
mean,
have-
no is the answer I was looking for.
the answer is no.
But I guess he wants you to say yes. So I mean, it's really whatever.
I'm
I
sure
mean,
we can find some honey.
surely there's some honey somewhere. That's
I
all.
can only assume we can find you guys some honey.
all right.
Okay.
Point me to your best apiary, and I'll let Saga continue her line of thought that she was doing before I jumped all over it.
I
monkey's gotta
will
do with
find
honey?
the apiary. What, does somebody else have a question?
You're telling us about the games. That's all right.
She gets excited again.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's the foot race. There's the Toga Honk. There's also a wheelbarrow race where you pick a partner again and you grab their feet, and then they walk on their hands and you all race. It's really fun, but your hands get dirty and sometimes you hit your face really hard on the ground and maybe you have bad memories about it, but that's okay.
Yeah.
But if you're
Go
strong
beyond.
arms,
Do you remember? We played that game. Not very long after you came to Columbia.
I feel like
Do you remember?
Gorbjorn's too strong to be the foot holder. and
Yeah,
he
no, I was like, you dragged me through 5 feet, so I was the.
his face just
It was so
across
much
through the
fun,
mud.
though!
And there
You're the
is-
wheelbarrow.
you were
All
talking
right,
about
fine.
food. There's a pie eating contest. We have a bunch of pies and you just get to eat them for free. So I would say you should just enter if you want to eat some pie. Also, there is a corn shucking competition where you just try to see who can unchuck the most corn. It's a village favorite. It's a good one. And
Sounds like free labor to me.
there's the corn
Is
guy.
it corn
Surely that
shucking?
means-
Is it shucking or chucking?
Shocking. So
Shucking.
you
Okay.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
shucking.
Healing.
And
Okay.
the one it
Any
sounded like
hand
you were
gesture who
talking
doesn't
about is the Glima, which is a physical competition, it's like a combat, and it's a one-on-one thing, and it's really exciting because it's really reserved for visitors. It's not something that like we do, but it's like if visitors want to like prove themselves and like get the honor of Gevyun, it's really a big honor if you win. And usually we ask if there are two men in the visiting party that they participate. And she like looks at Saga and Nana sheepishly. I'm sorry.
All right. It's
Um,
tradition, yes.
So if two of you are interested, that would be great. But if not, we have a guy that you can like that likes to throw hands, so he'll do it. If two people in your group don't want to.
Anna's probably better than most of us at that, but
Gorbjorn is really good at
no,
punching
Gorbjorn,
people.
Fighting
Gorbjorn's
words.
Gorbjorn's the best by far, but Nana's pretty good.
Well, Torchic could probably hold his
Torchic-
own. I think I've seen him on watch. He's really good.
Quite fierce.
I
He's
could throw a
fierce.
punch, and she's like,
Yeah.
"That would be great." If the two of you want to participate, she points over at a square pedestal, big enough for like a mano-a-mano combat. Just fists, and you guys just punch each other and have a good time. Don't want anybody to get too hurt, but if you win, you get the honor of Gevyun, and it's the best prize at the festival.
That makes sense.
All the other prizes, we don't really have a lot of money, so you can either pick a pastry or one of the dolls. We also make bracelets, or you can get a kiss. And she smiles.
Oh, well, the other ones sound great.
I understand.
Who's the kiss from?
Oh, really? Anybody will do it.
Okay.
You could just be like you, and if they say no, we just point to another person.
That sounds fair.
Yeah. I mean, I'll be walking around with you guys if you want me to. I'm happy to give kisses. But that's okay. You guys have to win first. And
Of course.
I'm pretty good at shucking corn, so and she like brushes her hair back a bit. Okay. And she like looks around and she points out important people. Okay, she points and you see there's a woman wearing a headdress with like huge oxen horns out the side. It was big old.
Is that the chief?
Yes, that's Chief Ragna. That's my mother.
Oh, lovely.
Uh-huh.
How old is this woman?
This woman's like early-ish 20s.
No.
Okay, and
And the woman's closer to like I have to do math now.
50s, 60s.
Yep. She looks pretty good. It's like late 40s going up in that area.
Young.
She's killing it. Ragna's killing it.
It's the
She's walking
Hawks.
around and like with her big horns, and you see that she like walks over to people and like kisses them on the forehead, and then they come over and they kiss her hands, and then they chat. You look around, a lot of people are doing a lot of forehead kisses, and hugging each other and dancing, and there's people like holding hands and spinning and then falling over. It's just a very happy affair. Do you guys just want to follow me around and I can show you guys what we can do in the building? Oh, she's just like scattered. She's like, that is where the gift of Gevyun is. So you'd have to win the thing, and you can't win the thing, but it's okay. But you could win like a bracelet or something, or a doll, or a pastry. We have really good pastries.
Don't worry, I'll win it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Those other things are really good too. Do you have like those fabrics that are on the building though? Do you have those other places? Like, can I get those? Can I take one of, or can I buy one of those?
Ooh, I bet if you win something that we could get you some, but if not, then I guess you could give us some money for it.
Okay, that sounds great. Yeah, let's walk around
Perfect.
and like hang out.
Okay, we can hang out. That'd be fun.
Okay,
Okay.
okay.
Good. She like
Sounds like
puts her
so much
arm
fun.
around like your arm,
Oh yeah.
and gives you like a kiss on the forehead.
I don't know what that means.
Precious.
Okay.
Just precious.
I want to kiss Fen on the forehead.
There you go.
Just because I know he hates it so much.
It's customary. We're fitting in.
Happy birthday!
Everybody's doing it.
Fen
Happy
would,
winter.
would he would tense up a little bit, but he would accept a kiss from Gorbjorn on the forehead.
Stone, but like
Fen loves Gorbjorn very much, but also does not like to be touched. And yeah, so yeah, I'll take the kiss, but
You won't reciprocate then?
no, of course not.
I'll hold out my hand, waiting.
Come on then, Fen. Just a little peck.
It's all good.
Thank you, Gorbjorn.
I think that's quite good.
So she leads you ahead, and Kari like looks over, and like all of these things are kind of happening simultaneously. Was there something you guys were interested in like the toga honk or the piting contest or the corn shucking? The gleam.
All of them.
Okay,
Honestly, they
All of
all
them.
sounded like
Yeah.
great fun.
we could do all of them. That sounds really fun.
What
and she's
first?
so excited. Okay, come on.
I think we should save the pie for later because if we eat a lot of pie and then we're really full, it's gonna mess up your fighting and tug of warring and everything. So save that one for later.
You're really
Very
smart.
wise of you, Saga.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. We could do. She points over at the these people that are like laying on each other and like pulling a rope. This is the toga honk. I will really explain it. Teams of two. One person hands and knees pretending to be like a horse, and then the other person lays on their back the opposite way, face up. With their hands, they hold the rope, and with their feet, they hook it over the other person's shoulders. And then,
Oh.
and then the person has to try and crawl forward, and the other person has to hold the rope.
Oh,
That
so
is
this
the weirdest thing I've.
Uh-huh.
So this is totally a me and Tordrick thing.
That does
I'm
make
so
sense.
ready.
Can he actually fit his legs like across Gorbjorn? Like can he?
I could do anything with my legs.
Okay.
Sure he can.
Shouldn't have questioned him.
Don't underestimate Tordrick on episode
Never
69.
underestimate.
No.
Yeah, Tordrick's bringing the episode 69 energy.
Use
y'all.
all
But
three. of them.
anybody could play. So
Oh,
we're
no.
gonna work together.
Toga honk is just like 96.
Wrong way.
Oh my gosh.
Hi
you
guys,
did.
episode
did
96
it.
is going to be weird. Does anybody else want to try and go against them?
I would love to make an attempt. Honestly, it's been so many years since I
Oh,
played
God.
this game.
Okay, who's on your team?
Honestly, I don't know who's going to be a match for Gorbjorn. But Roshan, will you help me?
If I get to do the pulling.
All right then.
Yeah, I don't imagine Roshan getting on the floor.
You know.
This
Yeah.
isn't gonna be a contest. This is for fun.
Yeah.
I will cheer you on.
You guys don't want a prize if you win?
I do.
Oh, I
Okay.
do.
Oh, we'll take a prize.
We'll take a prize if we win. I don't
Yeah.
expect to win, but I'd like one.
You guys can do your best, but he's pretty strong and like looks over at Gorbjorn and like
He's
just,
extremely strong.
smiles.
Yes.
Okay.
He's got red hair, so Tordrick's probably a little jealous about that.
Tordrick's is here.
I've been working on it.
He's like, we gotta look good in front of Kari. And
Oh, man.
Y'all
Um,
do.
everybody goes into position. So Gorbjorn and Nana facing away from each other like horses, and then Tordrick lays on Gorbjorn's back. His head is like at the middle of his back. And it has the rope. Like he's like, okay. And then Roshan climbs on Nana's back and grabs the rope. I would like if somebody yes.
I want to walk into the center of the thing and say, Lady Satyr, let this be a great competition. And I'm gonna do emboldening bond, and I'm gonna get everybody but Gorbjorn, because Gorbjorn is the Gorbjorn's got the biggest. He's got it. So
He's
everybody
got the
but
natural advantage.
Yeah. Everybody but Gorbjorn has a D4 for their checks on this.
Thank you.
All right. Let me
Maybe make it a fair fight, kind of.
Yeah,
Kind
make it
of.
slightly more fair.
Yeah.
Let me pull up Tordrick, even though Tordrick is on Gorbjorn's team, but he'll take it. Kari comes over and like hands the rope. That was a really good speech.
Thank you.
And we are going to do. This is going to be athletics for everybody. So everybody is going to roll athletics, and I'm going to add the team scores together. So everybody besides Gorbjorn.
Oh no! What was that face?
I got a 3 + 1 - 1. No, that's a lie. It's a 3 + 1 + 0.
Thank God for you, because I got a 21, bud!
25, is that enough to do it?
So what did Tordrick get?
We'll see.
23.
Good, because I rolled a 4. But it's
Ugh.
11 total, so.
Okay, so
Yeah.
and go, and you all start like the people on the ground start trying to pull forward, and Tordrick just hooks his legs fully like around your neck for leverage, and then
So 69.
pulls that fucking Roshan flies off of
What? Roshan!
like pulled backwards, lands on her back. Roshan is pulled off of her fully. It takes
What?
maybe 5 seconds. Tordrick's like, woo! Kari's clapping.
Is that usually how it goes?
No, usually it like takes some time, and like everybody like they make all these like loud grunting sounds, and they're like, oh, my knees hurt. And I'm like, oh, I'm sorry. And then just everybody just kind of gets tired until somebody's less tired. But you guys did it really fast.
Gorbjorn is very strong.
Okay,
And so is Tordrick.
Yeah, Tordrick.
That's true, honestly.
Tordrick stands up and just like flexes, and she's like, he is really strong too. And
He's
smiles.
extremely strong as well. Yes,
So
he
you
is.
both won. Would you like
And he's cute.
a pastry, a doll, a bracelet, or a kiss?
I'm assuming Tordrick's gonna want a kiss from her because
Mm-hmm.
she's,
He'll
yeah,
probably go
okay.
for kiss.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
also
Um,
seems cultural, so he's like, yeah.
Yeah, it's fine, it's fine.
What do you want?
I'm not gonna be equal. Okay, so I'm just gonna go up to like Roshan or anybody that knows participation is like, can you clean me? Like,
Yeah. He's probably doing it to himself right now after landing in the dirt. and-
Okay, then for a
Yeah.
prize, I'll ask for a bracelet if Roshan's doing a group clean off.
Yeah.
You are given it's very nice. It is knotted and twisted leather strips, which has a little clasp on the back. Tanned, very nice, very simple.
Nice.
And she hands it to you. There you go. And then she runs over to Tordrick and she like puts her hands on his shoulders and like just bends over to his level and gives him just like a big kiss and then like pulls back. Woo!
Everyone cheers with.
Yeah. Okay. That was, you guys are really
Standing
good
in a circle around Tordrick, yay!
Congratulations!
He's like, he liked it. He
Congratulations!
did.
He did deserve it.
He did.
did.
The man
Yeah.
basically beat both of you almost on his own.
Yeah.
He
Pretty
did.
much, yeah.
He just needed me to sit there.
He just needed a base.
Basically.
Mhm.
okay. And she like looks around. There is the wheelbarrow race.
Oh.
Got it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
Oh,
gonna do it.
it's gonna get a little dirty. I don't know.
Nana will be my wheelbarrow.
Yeah.
Cool. I'll go find some people, and like she kind of like, we're doing the wheelbarrow, and everyone's like, yay, and people come
Yay,
over.
wheelbarrow.
Okay. So it is going to be and she's like, it's like this, and then like does the like hand, just goes over to a random person and like goes into the wheelbarrow position.
She's real friendly.
And she's like, so you're gonna like this, and you can only walk on your hands, and everyone's like, and like nodding. Those guys are, and then she's like, do you want? And he's like, sure. So they're a team now. A few other people come over to be a team.
Nana, you should do it backwards and do it exorcist style.
Oh, that would be so
Why
creepy.
would I do that? It's been so many years since I did it the right way round. Why would I do it the wrong way round?
So the Exorcist is in this universe too.
Well, there's many exorcisms in this universe.
Obviously, there must
Yeah.
be like
One
an
exorcism.
ancient
Yeah.
tale of like an old
Oh, yeah.
We have to
priest of,
perform
like,
an
the old
exorcism
gods.
on the people that take over
Obviously.
Frey Room.
Yeah, it's true.
That is
Yeah.
true. There was a whole exorcism thing that
There
didn't
was.
work, but
Yeah.
Mhm.
No. But we tried.
Tordrek's like, I don't know if I'll do this one, as he looks at everybody's heights, and he's like, it's not gonna work.
There's not another door.
He's like looking around. He's like, I'll watch. I feel pretty good.
like
Yeah,
Tordek would be a
he's
leaf
already got
blower
a
at
win
that
under his
point.
belt.
Mhm.
Okay, so if
Anyone?
anybody's doing leg holding, athletics, person who is the wheelbarrow themselves can do athletics or acrobatics.
Okay, so I'll do athletics.
Do we still have emboldening bond?
Yeah. I mean, if it hasn't been 10 minutes yet, I'm guessing.
Nope, it's it'll probably be just throughout this game. And then it'll fade. Ooh, somebody's coming in.
Was that a nat 20? Oh shit.
Yes, it is.
Oh shit, I got a 18 total.
Nat 20, baby.
Okay.
Oh shit.
18, nat 20.
That sounds like good math.
Yeah,
And
plus 7.
go and like Nana, it's almost like you're doing like full leap running with your arms, because Gorbjorn is running as fast as he can. It is not little tilting him, it is just full bounding.
I feel like most of it is known as ab strength to just stay up and
It's
like
a
hover.
lot of core.
Yeah, basically.
I feel like
you
it's
guys
mostly
are-
like leaps in the front,
Yeah.
where it's just like, okay, I'm up, and then
What?
it's like a crunch
What?
into the air. And then
Nana, give me a Constitution saving throw.
Oh boy.
with
Just like,
advantage.
that doesn't look like a wheelbarrow.
Yes, you can. I think you can add your
Yeah,
total.
yeah.
Hell
Saving
yeah,
throws too.
Hell yeah. Good, good, good. That's excellent. 17.
Okay. You all finish ahead. You see Kari and this random ass person she picked. I wouldn't say hot on your heels, but like
A close
Kari just
second.
seems like an expert of the wheelbarrow, I suppose.
That makes sense.
She
she
seems
seems
like,
like
she's trying her best, but she's smiling the whole time. She's having a great time. But you guys destroy the competition. Nana, you get to the end, winded, but easy enough to catch your breath again. Wow, that was really good. And she's like wiping the mud like off of her hands. You guys are really, really strong. That's so cool.
Oh, I haven't played this game in so many years. Oh, this is wonderful.
What gift do you guys want? What do you want your prize to be? And other people who like stop and they like finish and they're like, good job. Everybody like is very nice and they like pat you on the back as they walk by. Somebody like
Aw.
kisses Nana on the forehead as they walk by.
Oh, shucks.
I'll just like point at like a random hot person for a kiss.
That's great. Corbjorn
there's-
just collects kisses.
There is a woman who looks over. Okay. And she comes over and she stands on her tippy toes and she cups her face very gently. It gives you a little kiss on the face. Little.
Oh.
Mwah. She smiles. hi, Kari. And she's like, hey. And that woman just goes about her business like she didn't kiss a man she's never met. And what do you want? Kari looks to you, Nana.
Real quick, the options again are a kiss, a bracelet, or what other things?
A doll or a pastry.
I'd like a doll, please.
Okay. And she like waves somebody over, and you see like there's a kid holding a basket and runs
I was gonna be
over.
like, take a doll away from a kid. Just like, this
Oh
one's
my
yours
God.
now.
Oh yeah, this
No.
yeah.
I now.
And gives you like it looks like it's made out of corn husk, and hands a doll to you.
Aw, sweet. Thank you
the-
very much.
The kid like leans forward and like pushes their like little bangs away from their
Aw.
forehead.
Nana will lean down and give a little.
That kid giggles and runs off.
Now that we kind of got like a crowd of people around us, I want to like activate my wolf eyes and then like start like kind of like a boisterous speech about like, I am Prince Gorbjorn,
Oh.
a man of the people, as I'm like throwing 20 silver out to the crowd kind of thing like this. Yeah. It just trying to like generally get like the crowd excited that I am here.
If I can try to give him
please.
advantage, if he's like starting his thing, I'll just start skipping around. Announcing Prince Gorbjorn! And I'll
she's
do
the
like
announcer.
some hype. I'll do hype man shit.
Some
I'll
pretty
help her.
lights.
With the 20 gold throwing, and I'll take that from my character sheet.
Yeah, you start throwing money around, and with people cheering you on, and you having so far won 2 competitions back to back. Honestly, no roll necessary. You have won the hearts and the minds of the people.
Do I do anything with my magic though?
Yeah. There is just like a power about it. You like look around, trying to see if there is magic on anything. What's the range?
It's detect magic range, so I believe
Like 60 or something,
Yeah,
30 or 60, something like that.
should be. Yeah,
Okay.
30. Yeah.
These seem to be a simple people. Not much magic. You see that Ragna has started to make her way over, and you can see a bit of magic on the headdress. You can see the magic amongst your friends. You look at Saga, who's like boisterously helping and like dancing around you. Eyes covered again in that strange moving darkness that sparkles. And then the thing that you know to hang near Roshan is also there, and is just standing slightly behind and looks like is like looking at the people, not doing anything really.
These are the things I don't ask questions about.
Yeah, Gorgion's like, I know a lot, but that's none of my business though.
I know things. I don't ask things.
Ragna comes straight up to you, Gorbjorn.
Oh.
And she
hell
comes
yeah.
over and kisses you on the forehead.
Woo!
Will you be participating in the Gleema?
Of course.
I'm excited to see how that goes. And she just does like it's a pretty suggestive little smile.
Woo. Sorry, Tordrick.
Tordrick's like, no, I'll earn my keep. I'll do it. I'll wait.
Oh yeah.
But first, other festivities, but I'll start getting ready. And she heads over to the pedestal. So I know you guys didn't want to do this before, but they're about to do another pie eating contest right now because they saw you guys showed up. So they brought out a bunch of pies.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Why
Ptolemaeus
not?
also comes over and is like, I could eat a pie.
I think you could eat the hell out of a pie, my friend. I think I could too.
Rising.
They tell me. And all of you, you all, who would like to just get a free pie is the thing.
I'll
Free
eat pie, but I won't contend.
Free pie,
Okay.
Free pie.
Everybody who is participating,
What kind of pie is it?
it
Good.
seems to be, they all seem to be different types. It looks like berries.
No, thank you.
Mesh.
It is berry-centric pies.
Actually, I'll stay out.
Okay,
'Cause
so raise your hand if
I
you're.
don't want all the attention.
Podrick is gonna eat a pie.
Of course he is.
Ptolemaeus gonna eat a pie.
Oh,
So
yeah.
69.
Sadly for the people participating, it's not gonna be like a skill y'all are good at.
That's understandable.
It's gonna be.
What do you mean? I would like to argue that. Okay.
I mean, Saga
Is it a
is a
saving throw?
professional pastry eater.
It is going to just be straight Constitution.
I knew
Oh.
it.
If it was a saving throw, I'd have proficiency.
That's a shame.
Unfortunate.
You each are put on like a little stool with a long table, a full pie put in front of you. Ptolemaeus like scoots up and he's like, "No, I'm nervous."
Oh, you'll
he
do
glances
great,
around.
Ptolemaeus.
A bunch of different varieties of people come over, from like big men to like very thin women to children. Just a bunch of people show up to eat pie. And roll Constitution. And the bell is rung and Kari starts like clapping her hands.
If I did Tides of Chaos on this, would that be stupid? I think I'm gonna do that though.
You can do it.
Okay.
I'll remember that.
Yeah. Yes. The emboldening bond is probably off by now.
Yeah, no more.
Ooh.
Can I already I asked too late again.
Yeah.
Guidance myself? No.
Too late.
Okay.
What do we got, boys?
17.
19.
Hell yeah, Saga, get it!
Yeah.
Ptolemaeus got a solid like 8.
Oh no, poor Tol.
He just eats it normally, like he pulls out a fork.
Yeah, he has like a collapsible fork that he undoes and sees everybody just go in, and he's like, "I have made a mistake."
I know what I am
fork.
about. This is very
and-
good pie.
With
Nom,
your
nom, nom, nom,
setup of 18, 19, Tordrek got 20.
Hell yeah!
like,
That's
pulls his
our
hair back
dwarf.
and-
Man knows how to eat a pie.
He
Boof!
does.
And obliterates this. Like
I believe that.
You all hold up pretty well though. But Tordrek, undisputed champion of pie eating. And he is going to request a pastry. Would seem weird to request at this moment.
It would, but you know.
He is going to request a kiss. And he like scans the crowd. He,
Get
like,
it from Ragna.
Yeah.
I wanted the mom too.
Makes eye contact with Gorbjorn. He's like, "We're gonna have to work for it." And he beelines for Ragna. And he goes and gets his kiss from her, which she obliges easily.
Hell yeah.
And then he jogs back over to the group. Kari is just, you guys are like the best visitors ever.
I haven't had so much fun in years. This is wonderful.
I have a question. How good was the pie? Was it was
Delectable.
Little salty.
Very good pie.
Could I have done
Okay.
like a walk around during this pie eating contest with my wolf eyes while they're still going?
Yeah.
Especially around the statue.
Yeah, you go around the statue. You think that it is possible the either the wood about it is magical or it's imbued with something, but it is minimal.
Okay.
You do walk by the building with the gift of Gevyun, and you can see like a faint glow from inside.
Mm.
Old man watches you walk by. You want a kiss on the forehead?
I'll take it.
All right. Guy stands up on his stool and gives you a kiss on the forehead, and he like nods. He's like, nice.
Yeah.
And then you hear a low ringing sound. And you all turn your heads, and it's coming from the square pedestal, which you can see around the edges has also been carved with like the heads of oxen, so just like large horn, vague ox head shape. And Ragna steps forward on top. We have visitors who have decided that they would love to participate in the Gleema. And she motions to your group to step forward.
Roshan, during the last one, would like to get a couple beers for both Gorbjorn and Tordrick, and then encourage them to both go take place.
Looks at Gorbjorn and like begins to like down his drink.
Oh, I wanted to cheers him.
Oh, he stops midway and like whoop, veers it. Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
He's a sportsman. You cheers each other, knowing that you have to now, as friends, beat the shit out of each other.
Hell yeah.
You all down your drinks and look forward. You were brought up by Ragna. Now we want this to be a clean, fair fight. No weapons, no magic. Is that understood? And she looks to both and like Tordrick nods. Puts down his weapons and he's just like,
I take off my Prince Gorbjorn attire and my sword and throw it towards Saga. You're mostly like my retainer kind of thing, so catch.
Yep.
Catch.
Do I catch it?
Do it.
Roll. So you just threw all your stuff to Saga?
Yeah, my clothes and my sword.
Okay, Saga, go ahead and roll me
Acrobatics.
athletics.
Okay. Got it. Don't worry.
Just dodge if you want it to hit the floor. Like if you don't want to.
16.
Ooh.
16.
The clothes like land on your shoulders and you catch the sword in like a fighting position. It's very cool.
I kind of go, oh, for a second.
There's just like a random man standing next to you, like, and it looks like he has like his arm like wrapped around his wife, and he's like, "Oh, good catch," and he like kisses you on the forehead.
Thanks.
And his wife like leans over and smiles, and then comes over and kisses you on the forehead.
Cute.
Gorbjorn and Tordrick stand in front of each other on this pedestal. The winner will get the gift of Gevyun. You may start when I ring the bell. And Ragna steps off the pedestal. People have begun to gather. This is very exciting.
Gorbjorn. Tordrick. Gorbjorn.
People were very excited.
Tordrick.
You hear the low ring of a bell. And these two are going to roll initiative.
Hell yeah! Get it, buds.
Okay.
Got a 12.
He got a 13.
Nice.
Ha ha!
Best initiative.
Tordrick wins out in the initiative.
I know, right?
Amazing. It would only happen on episode 69.
He comes first.
God damn.
Ow.
Tordrick comes forward and he's pulled up his sleeves a bit. Dude's decked. He comes up and as you prepare to go, he moves in fast and swings. Swings high. He is going to roll. What's your AC, just so I know what it is throughout this?
15.
Okay. Swings, but with your higher advantage, you are able to move out of the way on the first hit. It is your turn unless he only has one attack per action.
Okay. First attack, non-reckless. That was cocked.
The first non-reckless.
No, I'm just going straight at him as a normal person. I'm not raging or anything. So that's
yeah.
a 21 to hit.
21 hits.
And I believe it's only 1 damage plus my strength. So that is 5 damage.
Okay. Go for it. Tell me how you start swinging.
First left jab, right, and he's so lower than me. So like the closest thing to me is his face. So I just like literally just like get a quick jab into his face, and then I go for the second one. That is 15 to hit.
15 hits.
Oh, okay. And then I'm gonna go with kind of like an uppercut with my right into like the side of it, or a side jab, or kind of like a side cut into his ribs for another 5.
All right. You start swinging hard. Tordrick being punched in the face. He looks like he's having a good time. Like he just seems like he's happy to be doing this with you. Takes it like a champ, and he is going to swing. Kari's like, you can do it, Tordrick, and he like looks over, full whiff. That's his turn.
Oh
He's like-
shit!
And he like,
Yeah, you bet I can.
That's a 13 to hit.
13 does not hit.
Okay.
Ah.
Second attack. 18 to hit for 5
18
damage.
hits.
That's
And
it.
how much
That's my
damage?
turn. Oh, 5. It's only.
Oh yeah, it's
only
always
gonna-
5.
Yeah, yeah.
Nothing changes, all the same.
It's
Okay.
1 plus my strength.
Cool. Okay. Tordrick's gonna go in, refocusing. Focus. Okay, 15 on the dice.
That hits.
6 damage.
Cool.
Comes in right in the side. After you swing on him, goes low. Right under the ribs. That's his turn.
First attack. Oh, that is cocked, but it's almost a natural 20.
Ooh.
But that's a natural 18, so that'll hit for 5 damage. And then, ooh, that looked, yeah, so that's a dirty 20 for
Oh, yeah.
another, so 10 damage this turn.
All right. You were just chipping away at him. His strong suit, you have longer arms, you're in a better vantage, and you swing faster. But he's here to have a good time. And he's going to swing. Oh, I was also wrong about his damage. You took 4, so take 2.
Oh, gotcha.
I was just like, wow, he's so beefy.
I was like, wow, he got strong.
He's the strongest man in town.
That's more than me.
But he hits, so take another 4 points.
Gotcha.
As he's like aiming for like the legs now. He's like, maybe I could take him down. Come to my level. And he's just throwing hands. Your turn.
Can I like try to like chokehold him out of this, or does it have to be like a fist fight?
You could try to grapple him if you want to.
Okay, I'm gonna grapple him. So against his athletics,
Yes.
this is gonna be a 13.
Ooh, let's see. Athletics, not bad. Not bad. Nat 1 on the dice.
Okay.
Oh.
So can I get him into a headlock and then like try to get him to like tap out with like a chokehold or something like that?
Yeah, you can definitely start like holding him and trying to do this.
All right, so for my second attack, do I just go for the athletics again, or do I just punch him in the rib?
You could just punch him in the rib if you'd like to. Just kind of like go down, tap out. It's kind of like putting more pressure on it.
Yeah, gotcha. So then I'll go for that hit. Does it have advantage or no, since I'm pinning him?
No advantage. He's just grappled.
Gotcha. Then that will miss.
Okay. He blocks with his arm. He is going to try and take a swing at you while grappled.
Gotcha.
I'll never surrender. Ooh, okay, so he hits. He kind of leans his head forward a little bit and like bops back against you for 4 points of damage.
Gotcha.
Hell yeah.
He does not try to break the grapple though. So on your turn, you're welcome to continue to apply pressure if you'd like to.
I would like to apply pressure. So is that just a straight athletics check, or is that it's the same?
Let's do it like attacks. We'll do it
Okay.
like attacks.
It's the same either way. That's an 18.
18 hits. 5 points of damage.
Gotcha. And then the second one is another 18.
Right. Damage. Let's see how this goes. It's gonna be based on him throwing hands. with another nat 1.
Oh shit!
You're like, tap out, tap out. Dangly feet, and he like, there's a moment where he tries to like throw a punch, it cannot connect, and he's like, just does like big tap on your hand.
And I immediately let go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He lands and he like spits out some blood, and he's like, and he like holds out his arms and like hugs you.
I'll lift him up and kind of like do like the it's hand down here, but like we're here.
Yeah.
Everybody cheers. Everybody just seems so excited about this and is like clapping their hands, having a good time. You can see Ragna just like clapping, and then like if somebody walks too close to her, she kisses them on the forehead.
Cute.
But she steps forward. It is now time for the gift of Gevyun. And you watch as some men holding like another little pedestal with a nice little seat on it come forward. And they like bring it up to the edge for you to sit on.
Mm-hmm. And I'll sit on it.
All right. And they begin.
Oh, I'll ask for my princely clothes first, though.
Of course, of course.
If I'm gonna be on some throne and people carrying me, I gotta look good.
You need your raiments back.
Yeah.
Yeah. You put on your stuff, and they start to walk forward with you towards this building adorned with fabrics. And Tordrick, you take a look around. Give me an insight check, and I'll give you advantage.
Tordrick or Gorbjorn?
Gorbjorn, that guy. Tordrick's clapping.
He is.
Oh, I get an insight check? Okay.
Yeah, insight check.
So Roshan has actually like been more into this event than has been expected, probably. He's usually pretty reserved, but he's here for it today. And
yeah, I bet he is.
Once they start taking him away on the chair, he'll be like, I think they'll keep him busy for a while. Does anyone want drinks?
What did you get on your insight?
14.
14. As you're walking, you look around and you can see that there's like a large group of women walking with you, and then like they're throwing up fabric flowers and throwing like little fabric streamers. And then that's a shirt. And then that's another shirt. These women are throwing their clothes into the air as they follow you towards the house.
Oh, I put on clothes on at the wrong time, apparently.
Apparently so. You gotta throw them back on.
All right, so apparently I just throw my clothes back at
They land back at you, Saga.
Stay!
Gorbjorn is led into the building, followed by over a dozen now naked women who just follow in after him. And the old man closes the door and sits on his bucket.
I
understand why the women don't get to fight. I'm sad about it, but I understand.
It's probably also why there's a wide array of people in this town.
That's what I was thinking too.
Oh.
Actually,
yeah, they seek the outside help.
Yeah, Kari's no longer with you guys. Kari is no longer with the group.
Ha! Yes.
Oh,
well, that does
Tordrick.
make sense.
But Ragna's still there, and Tordrick's like, I'll be back. So he's gonna do a little schmoozing. But there's definitely food and drink to be had that the rest of you can partake in.
Yeah.
Oh, fantastic.
Roshan will try to gather everyone at a table to get some food and drink while Gorbjorn is off
on his marathon,
participating in the festival,
enjoying episode 69 thusly.
Yes.
And Roshan will start to tell a story. So when I spent time with Dagwood, actually, she told me some stories of Ave, and
Really?
one of the stories was about a town called Bellevin, and
Really?
yeah,
You're not-
Ave and one of his traveling companions both had had some drinks at that point and participated in the Glima. And I'll skip over some details, but eventually they were ran out of town by a naked mob. Ave won, but wasn't going to enjoy a house full of women to himself.
Nerd.
You're not here,
Hold on.
Gorbjorn.
One moment.
He feels it
Sorry.
in his brain. He's like, oh my.
You have a town full of naked women,
Adopted dad was a
Gorbjorn.
nerd.
Adopted dad is a nerd.
You know what? I bet Gorbjorn would say nerd right now. I feel like you would.
You know, I feel in my soul you are very correct there, Saga.
Yeah.
Mm.
Roshan would also like to approach Ragna and just see if she has any recollection of that story.
I would be fascinated to hear.
She's pulled over to the table. You explain like what Ave looks like in the event. That does seem familiar. I will say not a lot of people have jumped off the like to leave. Usually it's like, and she kind of motions back to where Gorbjorn went.
That does make sense.
Usually pretty excited about it.
Mhm.
I think the other one, if he had won, would have been much more interested.
From what little I know, yes.
But I will say, just from what I remember, I could be wrong, as one of the shirtless women there in the mob. I'm pretty sure
Nana
we
is trying
made it
very
into
hard
that
not to
building.
imagine that.
I'm almost positive we did.
So you made it into the building, and then he got cold feet.
I cannot recall. I know we were in there for a bit, but he did flee. I remember someone running.
Oh,
They
fled.
It was a long time ago, I will say.
Yes, more than 20, probably 25 years ago.
Indeed. Oh well. Can't win them all, I suppose.
I suppose not.
But
Strange.
it's very exciting when beautiful, strong visitors visit and make Bellevin the beautiful, diverse place that it is.
Well, I'm glad that we could share Gorbjorn with you for this tradition.
I'm
I'm
sure
sure-
Ave would be very proud.
I'm sure
Like
all
father,
the young
like
women
son.
of the town are very excited as well.
Gorbjorn's very excited.
Time of his life.
This is his type.
But you hear like the sound of like a bunch of like children run by, and like Ragnar looks. Oh, did you all want to participate in the race?
Why not?
yeah.
Still pretty full from the pie, but why not?
Well, probably let the children win a little bit.
Of course. Let them have their fun.
All right. And she like walks out. As she walks, she like pushes like her coat off slightly, and it's just like exposed shoulders. She like walks out.
Tordrick, go get it.
Get it,
Go run a
Tordrick.
race. Tordrick goes out.
If he wins this race on those short legs, he's not taller than the kids.
No, he's in it to win it. He's going to actually roll correctly. But if anybody else was interested in Nana Saga, if you wanted to run with the children, you're definitely welcome to. Go ahead and run athletics or acrobatics. Happy to do either on that.
The only way Fen is going to run in the race is if somebody directly challenges him.
some kid 11 bows up. No.
Hey, pointy ears.
Hey! Hey, big nerd!
Are you my dad?
get you.
I bet not, because he ran
probably
better
not.
than you could.
My dad's strong and awesome. But the people who are interested, because it just seems to be just fun with the children for this.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
Nana's not trying too hard. It's just
Yeah.
a 10.
So okay. Tordra runs a little faster than you, hoofs it past you, but these kids, like they're built for it. These
Of
are the
course they
these
are.
are the elite children of just the world.
These are
greatest
children
of
of
the
adventurers from far and wide.
The strongest of the strong. They
You're
just
right.
pull those through. What'd you get, Saga?
I only got an 11, but I think I'm mostly just like hanging out with the kids and stuff and
Yeah,
and,
yeah.
and doing games. I think I'm
Just
gonna
running
do
for fun.
some dancing lights and have them like flying around, like kind of chasing the kids, and then the kids kind of chase them. And then I also do some like minor illusions of like little animals running along with them and stuff. Just do some fun stuff.
Cool. Yeah.
Nana, you look over. You see these lights. All the kids are interested, but some of them are real focused on this run. So you guys are beat easily, but
That's
you're
okay.
running.
Having a good time.
And just Nana, you are winded. Like you're just like, okay, I know I didn't try very hard, but like the cold air just breathing heavily through the mouth. It was hard on the throat and the lungs, and you
I
stop
know
and
what
like
asthma feels like.
you stop and you like at the end you catch your breath and you cough a bit. And you like as you're looking down, you see like a drop of red on your hand and you see your nose is bleeding. You're like, oh. And you look up and you feel like you stood up too fast. And the world blurs in around you a good bit. And you fall.
Oh, I got an 11. I'm like right beside her.
Yeah. You can roll me athletics or acrobatics to see if you can try to grab hold of her as she goes down.
I can't cast guidance on myself, but I'll use Tied to Chaos on this one too. I want to catch her. Oh wow, I rolled really bad.
Well, it's
I'm
not
so
gonna
sorry,
do
man.
anything.
That's all right.
13.
13. You are able to, you see her start to fall and you grab her. It makes you fall as well. But you are able to like, the goal is, don't let her head smack into the ground, which you are able to prevent.
Hell yeah. No concussion.
Yeah.
And Nana is unconscious and like wheezing, trying to like inhale. Her breath is just real shallow, real short. And
You guys are triggering my asthma attacks right now. I'm like, holy
you got
shit.
asthma?
I do.
I didn't know that, Christo. I'm sorry.
I had childhood asthma. It was a pain.
I played laser tag recently and I had to like stop and hide my gear because people were shooting me while I was down.
Let me have my asthma attack.
Christo, you need a safe word.
Christo.
Asthma is my safe word.
Children don't take that for an answer.
But the rest of the team is back at the starting line. So Saga, you were there with Nana.
The cast Cure Wounds on her.
Okay.
I don't know, she's bleeding.
How many points?
I'm gonna do 3rd level. Just in case. I
Okay.
don't know why. Saga's having mini flashbacks to the time when she was running. She's like, I hate races. Races are terrible. Why does anybody
Looking
run?
around.
Why does it always happen during races?
Where's the assassin?
Nobody could ever run a race in my game again.
She's keeping a strong eye out for bees.
Yeah.
Yeah, those stupid bees.
Okay,
Nana, you come back to consciousness. Your nose is now stopped bleeding. You're able to take an intake of breath, but it's a bit hard. And you see you're on the ground next to Saga.
18 points.
Okay. Yeah, you are able to breathe much better.
All right, Christo.
No.
What happened? We won?
Hey, are you okay?
Am I on the ground?
So I was gonna start looking around all over her to see if she's got any little pricks or pokes, or if she's like all in one piece and everything's okay.
Roll medicine.
Okay. Okay.
You cough and you cough up blood into your hand.
16.
You check everywhere.
That can't be good.
You don't see anything. This is something internal. And your cure wounds healing word did not stop it. Ragna has also like made her way over because just when you see a full-grown adult pass out and then cough up blood, you should probably check on it. Ragna was at the finish line, so she's made her way over very quickly. And she like has some water and she tries to get you to drink. All of you can now see this once the horde of children passes, as they want their prizes for winning.
Of course.
You
They
can
have
see
to have
that
their prizes.
Nana's on the ground.
Hi, Surge. I'm sorry.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
all right. No, that's okay. I understand.
Saga's already panicking because she's thinking about the race. I don't mean to
Yeah.
take away from
No,
your
it's fine.
thing.
No, dude, please do
Just in
it.
case you were dying wasn't scary enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, just the whole situation in general.
Blow me up, Saga.
Well, hey,
Incinerate me.
maybe I'll like explode with healing energy that cures any
maybe.
disease ever or something.
That
like I'll
would be
remove.
awesome.
That's
I'd be
probably
okay
on the
with that.
list.
Yeah,
Alright, roll
remove
me
first
the
explosion.
D20 first.
Okay. 18. So
18.
maybe it'll be fine. 18.
And then the 100.
24.
Just a flump appears from nowhere.
Hey, can I help you? I was like, yes.
It's Mr. Meeseeks.
You're like, Saga, let me help you. A terrible itch forms on your back, right in the center.
Oh no.
And you're like, and you kind of have to like move your arm out from under her because it is impossible not to scratch it. You have to. And so you are currently struggling, unable to reach this spot on your back.
Oh no.
As Nana coughs up blood next to you, and you're like, ah! But you can roll a constitution throw.
My magic surge is itch.
Yeah, you get bad itch, which would be bad during combat, is what this seems like.
That is
okay.
true, yes.
I get mosquito bite.
I don't know. It kind of looks like Nana's patient 0.
Oh
We're
no.
all infected.
I got
What'd
an
you
18 on that con save.
And that beats your spell save.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So you are able to, at the last moment, just one rake of your hand across your back. And, okay.
I kind of just do like a quick. I pull my hands out from under her. I do like a slide my back on the ground, and then I pop back up, and then I go over to her.
Perfect.
Ragna
love
like looks over at you, Saga, confused, but does not question it. Are you sick?
I'm fine. I'm fine. She's coughing up blood.
I see that. And she like looks around. I mean, we have. She's gonna make a roll real quick.
So I was just gonna be talking like I healed her and it didn't work, and I looked at her and she doesn't have anything wrong with her. No bites or anything.
Do you think? And she like looks around and she like motions some kids away because the kids are like, oh, and some other
Yeah, they're
adults
like,
come
ooh,
over and start
blood.
motioning kids away.
Kids are
Is-
like that.
Could Tordrick be done with the race and interested in?
Get there. Yeah, he's also going to cast a spell of any variety. I don't know if he has.
The cleric, he has to have lesser restoration.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you decided what he prepared for the day, so
I changed nothing.
Well, you saw Nana had a cough. Sorry, I like combined my words there.
That's all right.
Nana had a
Alright.
cough. He would expect some kind of disease or something to cure.
You know what? You guys are very convincing.
And Tordrick's always looking out for everybody. It's an
He
established
really
fact.
is. Tordrick
Tordrick
is
is
Very
the best of
mindful of
us.
his party.
he's the grandpa of the party. He knows what's
is.
best.
All right.
Mhm.
He goes
him very
over
much.
and casts restoration. There's a moment, everybody like waits. Coughs up another bout of blood. The world gets dizzy. And she Ragna sees that you are casting spells. The rest of you are able to make your way over because you can see this is happening.
I'll make a way.
Gorbjorn's living his best life. Gorbjorn's fine. After a moment, and you're able to get some water into your mouth and swish it around, spit out blood, you are able to get this under control. It takes you a moment. Ragna looks shook for being like sexy MILF energy the rest of the day. That is dropped quickly to concerned adult. I wish there was something I could do to help because your friends. I only know one thing, but I don't know if it'll help.
What's the thing?
There's
At this point.
a woman who lives out farther alone. Sometimes when people get sick, they go to her for medicine. Stories like she's a witch, but she is a medicine woman.
That's okay.
Dagwood. What's she doing?
Hello.
I mean, I'm imagining either a Dagwood or a hag. It's one
Oh
of the
no,
two.
my mind went immediately to Dagwood. I just typed it in the chat.
I haven't been personally, but there's a woman further in. You can try. And she looks at you like Nana. It's like looking at somebody who got a death sentence, watching you cough up that blood.
Oh no!
She's looking at you like it's like.
Roll a new character.
Have you ever?
Guess so. I'll
you ever
find a
seen this
Luxodon.
I mean, I've seen people get sick and cough up blood, but usually they can be helped, and it's been a while, and usually they're older, but there are people in the village who would vouch for this woman. We haven't been in a while, but if she's
Okay.
still there, I can't.
What direction?
She kind of looks around trying to orientate herself, and she points further in the direction you are going. So if you went past Bellevin, farther from the road.
And
That
as a ranger, is there anybody that I could converse with that would give better directions that I could follow better to make sure we made the best time possible?
Ragna can give you the directions.
Okay. Yeah, she just seems a little frazzled right now. I just wanted to make sure that
The rest are children in this area, but
Yeah.
if you press her, it gets more wooded the further you go in. There's usually lanterns. There's usually lanterns on the trees.
Thank you. Lanterns on the trees.
What is her name?
Locals
Is
put them there, or I'm sorry,
Um,
Nana, go ahead.
It's all right. I only wanted to know her name. And is it customary to bring her anything for her service?
Usually people bring something. It's only fair, they think, but I wouldn't know if that's very necessary. But it is a trade, I suppose. I don't know who hung the lanterns. They've been there for quite some time. It could have been her. It could have been a person of the village trying to mark the path. I'm so sorry.
Hey. Everything I've been through in the last year. This is nothing. I'll survive. With my party's help.
Then I believe you will. She gives you a kiss on the forehead.
Thank you.
and then emerging like a god among men from the little fabric house.
Our
is
prince.
Prince Gorbjorn. Back into the cold afternoon air.
Oh, I only took an afternoon? What?
You're like, God, come on, guys.
I would have been like the next day. I'm sorry.
Somebody would have to go get him.
Yeah.
My
That makes
apologies.
sense. That makes sense.
We'll send Tordrick to go get him. I'm sure he will.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh no, that's the worst person.
I'll go get him. Okay.
There's an emergency going on right now.
We're gonna lose 2 party members.
Paladins are
God.
immune to disease. What about clerics? What?
And he starts to run over as fast as he can. He watches like an 11-year-old like kind of runs past him to go get something else, but just like definitely beats him out.
Oh my God. Of
But
course.
Nana, you are brought to your feet. You are given directions to a possible medicine woman that people haven't seen in years.
I'm sorry, but Gorbjorn would not want to leave. So
That's understandable.
yeah, I
Mhm.
want to be there as a player, but character, my boy is slut. Like we've been over
That's
this.
It's,
true. We understand. He got the
Tordrick
big
talking
slut
to the man on the
energy.
bucket, like, I need to go in to get him. And he's like,
Good luck.
He's
you
knee
didn't,
deep,
you
dude.
didn't win the thing. And he's like, so just Tordrick arguing with the man at the door. And with the party trying to reconvene, one having the time of their life and one maybe approaching the end of it. That is where we are going to end for tonight. Thank you all so much for being here with us for episode 69. We will rein it in next episode. Get it together.
Well,
thank you
next
all so much.
episode we'll have the threat of death to keep us sober.
Yeah.
So we'll be fine.
That'll dampen that horny
yeah.
shit that's happening.
Yeah, we'll be done
Not
with
a-
the horny.
Yeah, we're done for now.
Not a
For
thousand. minor
Gorbjorn got
deaths.
his
just
his fill.
Yeah, he's like, I'm good for a hot second.
He's gonna be walking like a cowboy for a week.
I have to walk through the woods.
It's like, you want me to walk? Oh,
I can't. The horse can't go. Ooh.
Oh,
Non, I know you're dying, but like, come on, man.
I can't walk like this. I need a
You
horse.
understand my situation too, all right?
Thank you all so much. We really appreciate you guys being here. At the Dice Cult, we have a bunch of other shows going on. On Tuesdays, we have Legends of Theia with our friend Frank. But if you want to know if they are going to be going live this Tuesday, follow us on Twitter, The Dice Cult. If you want updates about when shows are going up to see if it's time, you can also head over to youtube.com/The Dice Cult. And watch older episodes of Legends of Theia or any of the other shows if you need your fix. So speaking of YouTube, hey Abby, tell me about Wednesday.
Yes.
Happening Wednesday.
Speaking of YouTube, exactly. So, Wednesdays, at the same time this show plays, 7 o'clock Central Time, there is a little show called Cordially Invited. It goes every other week, and we've been off a few weeks, but that's okay. We're definitely on this week, no doubt about it. So you're gonna see us. Plus, hey, it's fine. Now you have plenty of time to catch up because now we are in the woods, chasing a boar, gonna kill it. It's a trial for the wedding because, you know, every wedding has to have a trials and multiple trials to go through and to make sure that it's blessed, I
That's
think.
Every wedding I've been to, if there's not
Exactly.
a dead boar, why am I even here?
Exactly.
What else are you going to roast on the fire pit?
cats.
Here for the question.
What?
Sorry, no, not
That's
not.
what you're going to roast on the fire pit.
No, I'm yelling at my cat. Sorry.
You're okay.
No cats were harmed in the making of this roleplay show, all
They
right?
never
Yeah,
are.
yeah.
Please come see us. That's all.
Oh yeah, come say hi, and you can also watch all the past episodes over on YouTube if you have some time to catch up, get a little recap. But on Saturday, if you're in for something just a little bit different, you're like, wow, I've loved my week of watching D&D, but is there something else? Yes. On Saturdays, we have Vampire the Masquerade and The Last Remaining Light, which is our vampire-centric drama. Pretty violent. Current,
I
we go on little past
Very violent.
But
I'm a silent watcher kind of thing. So.
Currently, the
Cusco
party
creeps.
is trying to acquire friends, maybe a little outside of the ones they have currently, maybe trying to put some feelers out on new options. But
What's
they
the vampire equivalent of Tinder?
True Blood.
Yeah.
Ah!
It's like True Blood, but sometimes they hold hands, and that's about it. A lot less sexy, depending on what you're into. But currently, one of our coteries' human friends has been abducted and threatened, and we
dare
must
they?
make a trade for their life. Deciding how we're going to do that and how good of people are we? Probably good enough people. There's also threats of kidnapping one of our coterie. So we are preparing for the worst. And as the coterie stands on an empty street at the address they were sent, tensions are getting a bit high at the lack of pedestrians. So if you're interested in that and probably the fight that may or may not ensue, you can see us on Saturdays at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you'd like to keep up with us here for on the Backs of Gods, we are at Backs of Gods on Instagram and Twitter. We have a bunch of art over on Instagram. If you want to know what the party looks like, or you want to know what some NPCs look like, you can head on over.
Including Ave, who was mentioned this episode.
Ave was mentioned this episode. May he rest in peace.
May he rest in peace.
Spoilers.
Big ol' spoilers if you hadn't made it through the beginning episodes of this series, guys.
Somebody
If
just
you
got here.
skip
Wait.
the first half of 69
I
episodes.
mean, I would join
Yeah.
at 69 too. So
I mean, that is
somebody's
fair.
like, well, I just got here. Who the guy who boned a whole town earlier is dead?
You can't skip straight to 69. There's a
Nope.
lead up to that.
No,
You have
not
to
not
go
at the dice
through
cult.
the foreplay.
yeah,
So
That
thank
is-
you all for being here.
mhm.
Fucking millennials.
I'm just gonna stop.
It's over. Episode 69 is done. It is 70 next week. Thank you all for being here. Really appreciate it. Today got a little bit silly. I'll probably
And then
be
it got
silly
real
always, can't lie. So thank you so much. We will be here same time, same place every Monday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we will see you guys next week.
Love
Night.
y'all.
Thanks for joining us, cultists.